Cameron leads the nation's #1 offense to town to take on David Fales and surging San Jose State. Spartans and Bulldogs right now.
We win! Like a big dog! Like a big dog!
Welcome to Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California. Showdown Saturday continues with San Jose State at 9-2, looking for their 6th in a row, taking on Louisiana Tech. Welcome into the broadcast booth. My name's Joe Davis. San Jose State with 5 wins in a row. With a win tonight, would get to 10 wins for just the 3rd time in their major college football history. Louisiana Tech no longer in the BCS picture, but they too with a win would get to 10 wins, and it'd be the first time as an FBS program. With that, we bring in Tom Luganbill, and Tom, for Louisiana Tech, the numbers really speak for themselves. 52 points a game, the best in the country.
Well, Joe, Sonny Dykes has brought fast break basketball on grass to the Western Athletic Conference with Louisiana Tech. It's going to be a fast tempo, high pace, high octane. They've run a staggering 972 plays to this point. You look at the games, 51 points or more in 8 games this year. They've had 114 plays with 15 or more yards. It's been nothing short of sensational offensive fireworks with the Bulldogs.
Good defense for San Jose State. It'll be interesting to see how that dynamic works throughout the night. And for San Jose State, what an incredible turnaround for Mike McIntyre and the staff.
Yeah, Coach McIntyre inherited a program that was 2-10 in 2009. He was 1-12 in his first year, but it was last year's campaign in 2011 when this team started to see some milestones. They ended up breaking a 16-game road losing streak, a 13-game losing streak. They won back-to-back games for the first time since 2008. And for the first time as a program and as a team, they started to look in the mirror and not see a negative reflection. That's positive, and they are on the verge of maybe getting a 10th win for this program here tonight.
How about one final piece to what has been a memorable day in college football? 2 of the nation's most prolific offenses meeting up. Kickoff is coming up right after this. The nightcap of Showdown Saturday with a pair of 9-win teams here in San Jose, California. San Jose State's won 5 in a row tonight, trying to match the best record of their major college football history dating back to 1950. Louisiana Tech trying to bounce back from an overtime loss to Utah State to win 10 games for the first time as an FBS program. That goes back to 1989. We've got a couple of prolific offenses led by 2 of the nation's top quarterbacks. Tom.
Well, 2 of the most accurate guys in all of college football. Both operate balanced offenses out of the shotgun. It's going to be fast-paced. Again, a lot of tempo, but it's a controlled chaos. Very accurate with what they do. And another thing, Joe, this isn't just a dink and dunk scheme for both of these teams. They're going to take shots downfield, and they have balance in the run game.
42-year-old Sonny Dykes at the head of this Louisiana Tech program, 3rd season of his first collegiate head coaching job. And actually the 2 coaches in this game, 2 of 16 semifinalists for National Coach of the Year. Dykes and then McIntyre on the other sideline. He's in the 3rd season of his first head coaching job. He's accepted an extension through 2017. Both of these guys hot commodities with all the openings that are coming up around the country. San Jose State won the toss. They've elected to receive, so Forrest Hightower will go back with Jason Simpson and Matt Nelson, the senior from Texas, to get us started. What a day it's been in college football. One more serving on Showdown Saturday. Ready to be Hightower from the 8. And Forrest Hightower sets up good field position for San Jose State. One of the most prolific offenses in school history. Number 12 passing offense in the country, led by David Fales, who's the nation's most accurate passer at 72%.
Well, originally signed with the University of Nevada, things didn't work out. He went the junior college route, And Coach Mike McIntyre and the staff were so excited about him when he arrived here in San Jose, but they were cautious because they wanted to make him earn it. They knew he was going to be the guy, but the team fell in love with him, and that's when Coach McIntyre knew they might have something special under center.
Work against a defense tonight that gives up more yards than any other in the country. From the 29, off play action on the first play from scrimmage. And it's Noel Grigsby, San Jose State's all-time leading receiver with 18 yards and a first down to the 47. Kayan and Pauly came back to make the stop, and a good start for the Spartans.
Just a one-on-one matchup to the outside, and Noel Grigsby been on fire lately. Over the last 6 games, has 38 receptions and 7 touchdowns.
In his career, 212 catches, more than 2,700 yards for the junior out of Los Angeles. DeLeon Eskridge with his first touch of the day, and a nice hole to get 7 to the 46, where Antonio Mitchum brings him down.
Well, you take a look to the sideline. David Fales knows that he has no underneath coverage, so it's an easy throw. They run the simple comeback to Grigsby, out to the sideline, pitch and catch. That's what I call a confidence throw on early downs. Make it nice and easy, get your quarterback into rhythm.
Fales certainly confident right now, coming off a big performance against one of the best defenses in the country in BYU last week. 305 yards and 3 scores. On 2nd and 3, looking to the short side, and he's got Jabari Carr for a first down. Carr to the 35 and a gain of 12, and let's look at San Jose State's impact plays.
Well, it starts, no question, with Noel Grigsby. Look at the reception yards. Now 95 catches on the year. This has been a wonderful season for the San Jose State receiving target. And then DeLeon Eskridge, transferring in from Minnesota, has really been the workhorse in this offense.
And here is Eskridge. Makes a nice cut in the hole with a solid gain, running through the arms of Jamel Johnson for 7. And it'll be 2nd down and 3. This is a running game for San Jose State, just 107th in the country, but they're confident they can run it tonight.
Well, they feel like they've got some balance. If the short underneath passing game is working well, that'll loosen up Louisiana Tech. They won't be allowed to just load the box, and then it's going to open up some run lanes inside.
2nd down and 3. Opening drive for San Jose State. Fales with a pocket collapsing. It's tipped, and it is incomplete. Kayan and Pauly with the pressure off of the edge, and then Justin Ellis had to go through his fingertips.
Yeah, and Pauly does a nice job collapsing the pocket. David Fales is trying to hang in there. The last second off of play action, he's got his eyes downfield, and just gets the ball tipped and almost intercepted there by the big fella along the defensive line. Big number 70, Justin Ellis.
So first 3rd down of the game. This will be a big down in this ball game with Louisiana Tech's offense looming if San Jose State doesn't have success on this down. Pressure comes. Fales looking for his tight end Ryan Otten, but it's 4th down and 3. So they're at the 28-yard line here. You've got a field goal kicker that's perfect on this season. What do you do opening drive?
Oh, you kick the field goal right now, considering who you're up against on offense on the opposite sideline when Louisiana Tech takes the field. Points are going to come at a premium. You take what you can get on this opening drive.
You bring on a true freshman in Austin Lopez on a Euless, Texas, that's a perfect 14 of 14 this year. This from 45 would be a season long. And the freshman stays perfect. Kicking has been an issue in past years for San Jose State. What a godsend Austin Lopez has been.
Well, this is a fantastic kick. Gets some elevation immediately. Lowers the danger of potentially getting blocked. And for the freshman, that would have gone easily from probably 50.
One of 3 kickers in the country with enough attempts to qualify that is perfect. He's a semifinalist for the Lou Groza Award. Is just a freshman. Has been a big part of this team's success this year.
Now the one thing, Joe, that San Jose State knows well as anybody, field goals aren't going to cut it tonight. Obviously, you got to take what you can get with that opening drive, get some points. But if you hope to win this game versus the offense we're about to see take the field with Louisiana Tech Bulldogs, you had better start scoring touchdowns.
That's DJ Banks there, Tom, the WAC Special Teams Player of the Week. Had 248 return yards in the loss against Utah State a week ago. Included a 98-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Harrison Wade's kick will minimize the impact DJ Banks has on this opening kick. Here comes Colby Cameron, fifth-year senior from right here in California. 396 yards in the loss against Utah State, but his first 2 interceptions of the season, the first of which ended a 444 attempt streak, which is the longest in NCAA history.
Well, and it's remarkable when you consider the amount of attempts that you have every game. With more attempts come more opportunities, even for just a random tipped ball to be intercepted. Was able to avoid that. Still just 2 turnovers on the year.
So the nation's top offense begins its first possession at the 25. And Ray Holly starts in there running back instead of Kenneth Dixon. Underneath, this is Quentin Patton, the nation's 5th leading receiver, showing good speed to get 19 yards. Vince Neuhauser brought him down on Patton's 95th catch of the season.
Well, that's the way you want to get off to a hot start in this style of offense. You get 1 first down, that sets your tempo.
Quick throw again, out of the reach of DJ Banks, who was shut out in the receiving end last week for the first down.
You know, whether it's Gus Malzahn at Arkansas State, Chad Morris at Clemson, Chip Kelly at Oregon, you talk to all the guys that are running this style of offense, your tempo is dictated based on first down. You struggle to get first down, the game is going to slow down, and that takes them out of their element.
You know, see, Tony Franklin will tell you they want to run, ideally, as many plays as humanly possible. Second down and 10, 3 plays and 3 throws. Back shoulder for Patton, who couldn't hang on. Defense from Ronnie Young, and it's 3rd and 10.
Well, this is that back shoulder throw. You can see Patton, number 4, going down the sideline. He knows it's going to come to the outside shoulder. That's actually a very, very well thrown ball. Defended extremely well. And now 3rd and 10. Not a very manageable situation or familiar territory for Louisiana Tech on offense.
San Jose State's defense, top 25 in the country, and very good on 3rd down. They bring the house, going over the top with one-on-one. Quentin Patton couldn't get there against Ronnie Yell. They had what they wanted with a one-on-one coverage, but couldn't connect.
One-on-one coverage, Joe, and nobody in the middle of the field. No safety threat. Quarterback had an opportunity, a bit under duress with an unblocked defender off of the edge. The separation was created, just overthrown.
So the nation's #1 offense has to punt it away on its opening possession. Ronnie Yell, who was running stride for stride with Quentin Patton on that last play, back to receive the punt from Ryan Allen. The reigning Ray Guy Award winner shows off just why he's as decorated of a player as he is. That'll be down at the 12, and San Jose State's offense back to the field when you come back. Away from home, they're down 3-0, and after the offense punts it away, San Jose State back out there. Spartan settled for a field goal on their opening possession. Eskridge on 1st down. Justin Ellis runs him down along with Quinn Giles, but he gets 5. Eskridge, the Minnesota transfer, at his best downhill between the tackles.
Yeah, his shoulders need to be square. A one-cut, downhill type guy, and he brings that physical presence to the run game. They want to dictate the tempo at the line of scrimmage. He brings that style of play to this offense. Once again, the transfer from the University of Minnesota.
Second down and 5. Pressure comes. They fake the screen one way and drop it off to Eskridge. But Jamel Johnson, the 5th-year senior from Cleveland, was disciplined, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, Jamel Johnson does an outstanding job here. #1, keying inside the backfield, knowing what's coming, and then avoiding the blocks to be able to make the tackle in space. And if there's one thing we've noticed about college football this year, Joe, it's that tackling in space has become sparse.
Big for both these teams tonight. Wide open attacks, so many good players in space. On 3rd and 5, 8 drop into coverage, so tight windows for the nation's most accurate passer to look through. And Ryan Otten, his senior tight end, has enough for a first down. Craig Johnson with a tackle after a gain of 7.
Otten's going to run what's called an option route. He's going to come off the ball and he's going to have some options. Do I sit inside? Do I turn outside? Everything's based off of coverage. And what I like about the offensive game plan so far is San Jose State is taking what the defense gives them underneath in the passing game with very easy, right in front of him throws for quarterback David Fales.
Yeah, the tendency, it seems like, against Louisiana Tech would be to run the ball more often than you usually do to try and keep the ball away, but their short passing game is so good it kind of serves as a run game. Or thrown out of bounds with pressure coming from Vontarius Dora. 2nd and 10.
Again, another smart play by quarterback David Fales. You know, he doesn't like what he sees. You don't take a risk. You're backed up. You throw the ball away. You live to play the next down. He's head coach Mike McIntyre there on the sideline for San Jose State. 9-2 this year. Inherited a 10 in 2009.
2nd and 10 for his offense. And a flag down. Stacey Harden had referee today.
Ball start. Number 79, offense. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
John Meyer, right tackle.
You see him just a little slight flinch. That's iffy right there. I'm not so sure I saw any false start. Nevertheless, 2nd and 15.
Actually, it's Louisiana Tech that has been the team plagued by penalties this year. They're the 3rd most penalized team in the country. The first flag of this game goes on the Spartans. Play clock winding down, and they're going to have to burn a timeout. Back-to-back penalties. It'll be 2nd and 20.
Number 10 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Well, and that's on the quarterback, and that's what Coach Mike McIntyre is saying as he was yelling out from the sideline. You got to be aware of your play clock. It's right in front of you. You have the penalty. You've already huddled. There should be no waste of time. Play clock right there, right in front of him.
And it again winds inside of 10. Louisiana Tech shows blitz. Drops 7 into coverage. Fills with a pocket to stand in and floated underneath for Chandler Jones. But couldn't get away from Quinn Giles. They get 7 back. And it'll be 3rd and 13.
Chandler Jones puts on a magnificent move to avoid the first defender, but then gets popped, and he is shaken up on the sideline as they attend to him. He took a shot right to the head with 3rd and 13 looming now for San Jose State.
1 for 2 on 3rd down so far. 3rd down so big against Louisiana Tech, trying to keep their offense off of the field. Fails against a 3-man rush. Ryan Otten climbs the ladder for a first down. Back-to-back 3rd down conversions to the senior tight end who's got tremendous NFL potential.
Well, this is one of those difficult throws that has to be high enough to exceed linebacker level, yet not too high that it's overthrown and you risk a turnover at the safety level. Well thrown ball to a big target that extended above his head. Outstanding overall execution.
To the drive extended. On 1st down, here's Eskridge with his 4th touch of the day. And DeLeon Eskridge bounces off the tackle and gets 7 with a flag coming from the back touch. Antonio Mitchum with a stop. And a gain of about 6.5. We'll see what the call is.
Personal foul, face mask. Number 55 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
There's Chandler Jones, number 89, who got dinged a little bit on that last reception. And San Jose State's gone from being deep in a hole to now suddenly finding themselves in plus territory.
From the 42, Jason Simpson comes in at running back. Fills with time, has a man swinging out of the backfield with a flag down. Into the end zone for a touchdown. Goes Hansel Wilson from 42. A flag down. We welcome those of you just finished watching Texas A&M roll Missouri. Johnny Manziel adding to his Heisman campaign.
Holding, number 15 of the defense. That penalty's declined. Touchdown.
Here in San Jose, California, San Jose State goes up 9-0 on a 42-yard touchdown to Hansel Wilson.
Hansel Wilson's going to come out of the backfield and run right down the sideline, and nobody accounts for him except for linebackers late. And it's an outstanding read, good schematically, well executed by San Jose State. Off to a very impressive offensive start here in the first quarter.
Extra point is good. San Jose State with 2 scores on 2 possessions. The team that's trying to win its 6th in a row, off to a good start here on senior night. Showdown Saturday coming to a close here in San Jose, California. San Jose State off to a good start. 2 possessions and 2 scores. We welcome you to our broadcast booth alongside Tom Luganbill, Joe Davis on hand. If you like offense, you've come to the right spot. Louisiana Tech, the nation stopped scoring offense, but it's San Jose State off to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech sputtering to this point. You know, they've run an astounding 972 plays this year alone. A lot of plays, 114 of 15 or more yards. But tonight, so far, it's been San Jose State's defense and then the efficiency between the passing game and the run game for the Spartans on offense has been the difference.
Here's DJ Banks, the WAC Special Teams Player of the Week. Took one back 98 yards last week. Gets it to the 21 here.
Let's take the look right here. You're going to have the receiver's going to come up and he's going to come back. The tight end's going to go down the seam, and the back's going to come right here down your sideline. Now, they end up rubbing off the middle linebacker right here, and he gets rubbed and he cannot get to there, and it ends up creating a one-on-one situation with a back on a linebacker late trying to cover. Outstanding execution.
Here's Kenneth Dixon's first touch of the day, bouncing off of tacklers and getting 3 on first down. 27 total touchdowns this season for the true freshman from Strong, Arkansas, the most by a true freshman in FBS history.
Well, he's a big back too, and Sonny Dykes talked about how in this offense they want a big physical runner to instill that toughness in that load-carrying feel of their run game.
Ray Holly comes in, takes the fake. Cameron throwing the speed out. And that's Hunter Lee with a reception. Converted running back getting a first down to the 33, where Benet Ben-Wickery makes the stop.
Now, I think there's a notion that in this style of offense, you know, your run game is a screen. But this offense can physically run the football over 26 yards of rushing as a team this year.
The slant to Quentin Patton, who bobbled it and then hauled it in at the 40 for 7, where Ronnie L brought him down. Patton, the 5th leading receiver in the country with his 96th catch of the year.
And Ronnie L, he's all over Patton, so much so that his face mask right now is caught in Patton's jersey. I think Ronnie Yell, number 25 there, and Quentin Patton, you're going to continue tonight to see one heck of a one-on-one matchup between these two players. We've already tested Yell through the air, and underneath he has been all over Quentin Patton.
Second down and 2. Bring an extra fullback into the game and go downhill with Ray Holly, who is hemmed in by Colin Newsom. And it's short of the first down. The senior out of Roseville, California, flew up to drop him, coming off his best performance of the season, and it'll be 3rd and 1. Off play action. Cameron with time to fire the comeback to DJ Banks, making a man miss and getting past the 40. Made Ronnie Yell miss and then was pushed out by James Orth after 18 yards to convert on 3rd and 1.
That's where college football has become so dangerous for defensive coordinators. You get isolated in space one-on-one with speed and quickness, so difficult to match up.
Here's the speed out to Richie Casey. Let's go to Wendy Nix in the studio.
Thank you very much. We take you out to the Coliseum. Notre Dame, #1 Notre Dame facing USC. 3rd and goal here. Everett Golson looking for Tyler Eifert to no avail. Brian Kelly not pleased with that, but Notre Dame will attempt the field goal. It is good by Kyle Brenza. 22-13 Irish, less than 6 to play on ABC.
All right, thanks, Wendy. Ray Holly thrown for a loss. Notre Dame trying to get the win and avoid being the 3rd straight #1 in the AP to lose. Last time that happened was 1960. Irish with the lead in the 4th quarter.
6 minutes away from a national title appearance for Notre Dame.
3rd down and 12 for Louisiana Tech. The nation's top offense trying to get into rhythm. Seven drop into coverage. Cameron with time, taking a shot to the middle of the field, and it's 4th down. James Orth was over the top of Miles White, who ran the post. And here comes the punting.
And Colby Cameron is frustrated. The quarterback at Louisiana Tech, this offense has not been able to get into rhythm. 2 consecutive punts now on back-to-back series. This is not what Louisiana Tech is accustomed to on offense.
I got off to a slow start last week against Utah State in their first WAC loss of the season, 48-41 in overtime. There's one thing Louisiana Tech's proven, it's that no deficit is too big for them to come back from. Another good punt by Ryan Allen, the reigning Ray Guy Award winner, pinned inside the 3. That's a punt of 40 yards. And San Jose State backed into its own end to begin their 3rd possession of the day. Josh Brown down there.
ESPN College Football Finale, brought to you by the all-new Honda Accord. It starts with you.
And to a holiday tradition here in San Jose, Christmas in the Park. Been doing it for more than 30 years now. There's more than 60 musical and animated exhibits. Moved by Thanksgiving. Now you can officially start listening to Christmas music, right?
Absolutely.
Is that your cutoff too? You get past Thanksgiving?
You bet.
Yeah. San Jose State, after the great punt from Ryan Allen, begins at its own 2. With a hard count, Tech discipline. Here's Eskridge getting cut down at the line of scrimmage. San Jose State has won 5 in a row tonight, trying to win their 10th game and match their best record as a major college football program. Louisiana Tech trying to bounce back from that overtime loss against Utah State and trying for the first time as an FBS team to win 10 games. The BCS picture no longer for Louisiana Tech after the loss last week, but still fighting for bowl positioning. Here's the fullback, Ina Leaina, with his first touch of the day, getting 3, and it'll be 3rd and 6.
San Jose State just trying to create some type of manageable 3rd down situation while at the same time giving themselves some real estate to work out of their own end zone for quarterback David Fales to be able to hopefully get something done on the passing game right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see the lead draw.
Well, twice we've seen 3rd down conversions to his tight end, Ryan Otten.
It's a big target over the middle of the field. It's been very, very productive.
Otten on the sideline for this 3rd and 6 play. Looking to the short side, firing the comeback for Jabari Carr, who was well short of the sticks. Levander Liggins threw him down, but you got to at least get to the sticks if you're going to run a hitch.
That's exactly right. When you know that you've got 3rd and 6, you better be running that route at 7 to 8, and if you have to come back, you at least come back to where the yard to gain marker is. Not a great awareness that time by Jabari Carr, the target. David Fales had the right read, had one-on-one matchup, just not the right depth of route.
DJ Banks back to receive Harrison Wade's punt. Banks, the WAC Special Teams Player of the Week. This punt angled away from him. Good job by San Jose State Special Teams so far. Well, BCS Countdown is on ESPN and ESPNU Sunday as the regular season winds down. Our analysts dissect the key wins and losses and reveal the latest standings and look ahead at some of the key upcoming matchups of the SEC Championship looming. It's BCS Countdown Sunday at 8:30 on ESPN, then at 9 on ESPNU, presented by Allstate. Two of the nation's top offenses in this game, led by two of the nation's best quarterbacks, Colby Cameron and David Fales. Louisiana Tech behind Colby Cameron, back to work. 2 possessions and 2 punts for the nation's top offense. DJ Banks with his 2nd catch of the day, working against Ronnie L. Close to a 1st down.
Now you see that tempo start speeding up a little bit.
You said it earlier, you get 1 first down. Cruise control.
Cruise control, and they just gave him the 1st down. Now the pedal goes to the floor if you're Louisiana Tech.
Tony Franklin, offensive coordinator, has said they want to run as many plays and play as fast as humanly possible. Ray Holly into the teeth of the defense where Travis Johnson brings him down.
Louisiana Tech averaging 88 plays per game, as we mentioned, an astounding 972 plays on the year. The tempo dictating terms of how the pace of the game is going to be played. That's at the core of this offense.
2nd and 6. Cameron's got time, firing for Patton. Pass interference on Ronnie Yell. That goes maybe uncatchable, sailing over the head of Quentin Patton, but the flag still comes in.
I think that's exactly what Mike McIntyre, the head coach of San Jose State, is going to say, is that it was uncatchable. And I'm not so sure he's not right. Ball did look like it was thrown high.
Pass interference. Number 25 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
That was Ronnie Yell, number 25, who's been matched up here versus Quentin Patton, number 4, the intended target. And that's where they get him when he hooks the right arm of Patton. The question is it catchable? I don't know if that football is catchable by Quentin Patton.
Moves it inside the 25, and they go to the ground on 1st down. It's Ricky Courtney, seldom used running back.
I think when you have a throw like that and a pass interference, if there's any gray area, you default to the pass interference with the assumption that the ball could have been hauled in.
We talk all about this Louisiana Tech offense, how good it is, but the San Jose State defense, top 25 in the country, off to a good start. Cameron looking to one-on-one, and the comeback for Miles White, who's popped by Ben Wickery, but has a 1st down. It's 1st and goal for Louisiana Tech. Let's go to the studio with Wendy.
Thank you very much. 3 minutes to play now. 22-13 Notre Dame on ABC. A huge 4th and goal there for the Trojans, and another strong goal line stand for Notre Dame. Here's a 4th down play. Again, 22-13. 2:43 to play in this ball game on ABC. It's complete. Incomplete. And Notre Dame has once again stopped USC. 2:33 to play.
So the Irish trying to slam the door and get to the national championship. Here Kenneth Dixon gets in for a touchdown. And Matt Nelson clanks the extra point. And it's made more PATs than any other kicker in Louisiana Tech history. And it remains a 4-point game.
Well, number 28, Kenneth Dixon, the true freshman running back, takes it in here. They end up pulling the offside guard and the H back around. Good secondary level blocking, stock blocking by the receivers. And the big workhorse, the freshman, continuing to pile on the touchdowns on what's been a remarkable freshman campaign.
That's 28 total, 27 on the ground, 1 receiving touchdown for Dixon, most by a true freshman in FBS history. But the extra point miss for Matt Nelson, who has struggled some after a great season last year. Had a blocked extra point against Texas A&M early on in the season, and really hasn't been the same since. Short kick and a fair catch taken to the 26. San Jose State back to work. David Fales coming off was maybe his most complete game. 305 yards, 3 touchdowns against one of the nation's top defenses. And BYU set the school's single season records for passing yards, total offense, and touchdown passes in that 20-14 win.
All right, two words best describe David Fales: efficient and accurate. And he has studied the game. He knows what this offense wants out of him. He's made a lot of plays for this team. Came in right away making an impact. But to get on the field right now, you see David Fales standing on the sideline.
So Blake Jurich comes in. 6'4", 240, more of a running quarterback. And off of the zone read play, gives it straight ahead to Ina for a 4-yard gain on first down. And with that, Fales will come right back in. See so many teams doing that these days, getting that number 2 quarterback some time early in games.
Well, anytime you can introduce some type of option principle, that just means the opponent's got to prepare for it. Whether it's the zone read, whether it's the true speed option, if you've got that element to your offense, you're better off implementing it. It can create challenges for the defense.
On 2nd and 7. Fales gets rid of it just before he's hit to Noel Grigsby for a first down. San Jose State's all-time leading receiver with 13 yards, and Dave Clark with a stop.
Well, this is that comeback route again that they really like. One-on-one matchup this time versus number 24, Dave Clark. Ball's thrown to the outside. One of the things that's so impressive about Grigsby is there's always a big window to throw into. There's a lot of separation that's been created between he and Quentin Patton on the opposite sideline tonight. You see some open receivers downfield. That's because of quickness to separate.
It's not because of size. 5'11", 175, not much to look at, but all-time leading receiver here. They fake the reverse, want to throw this screen, and he will sail it over the head of Eskridge. 2nd and 10.
Again, smart play, trying to set up the screen. But I think what they're going to do on the opposite sideline with a flag down, they're going to say that ball was thrown beyond the line of scrimmage with linemen downfield as well. They're discussing it right now.
Ineligible downfield. Number 54 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, replay, first down.
Which is why you'd rather have him throw it to the feet of the running back.
Throw it to the feet, throw it behind the line of scrimmage, and that flag came from the Louisiana Tech sideline. Those coaches were all over that line judge on that sideline, getting in his ear about it.
San Jose State already with its 4th penalty of this game. Makes it 1st and 15. One of the most prolific offenses in school history. 10 points in this first quarter.
Timeout. San Jose State. That's the first timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
Mike McIntyre wants to talk to the head referee, Stacey Harden, because he thinks that the clock isn't being re-upped, the play clock, after a penalty, after a resetting the ball. And that's what he's calling the timeout about.
The 2 head coaches in this game, and McIntyre and Sonny Dykes on the other side, 2 of the 16 semifinalists for National Coach of the Year. Both in their 3rd seasons.
Both pleading their cases with the officials right now.
Yeah.
The job this man here, Mike McIntyre, has done is nothing short of sensational. Again, took over a program that was 2-10 in 2009. They're 1-12 in his first year as a head coach. Started turning the corner last year on a 5-7 campaign. Guys started buying in, and they were really able to start to lay down the blueprint of what he hopes this program is to be in the future. You take a look at the wins obviously being turned around. Snapped a 16-game road losing streak a year ago, a 13-game losing streak between 2010 and 2011, and won back-to-back games for the first time since 2008.
You're just narrowly going to miss out for the shot at the WAC title. They were hoping Louisiana Tech would beat Utah State last week, so this game would be for the WAC championship, but Utah State winning that one in overtime, and Ruston winning the conference title. First down and 15. Run blitz from Louisiana Tech. Eskridge gets his head down, and then Impali with a stop after 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 12. Speaking of the WAC, here is your final look at the WAC standings. Final season of the WAC, and Utah State will take the crown with that 6-0 record, 10-2 overall. They're playing the famous Idaho Potato Bowl as champions out of the WAC.
The WAC no more.
Louisiana Tech headed to Conference USA. San Jose State going to the Mountain West. Following this season. 2nd down and 12, and out of an empty set. Looked to the right, came back to the left on a tunnel screen, but Jabari Carr couldn't get away from Chip Hester. And a defense that gives up more yards than any other in the country, putting together a solid possession.
Hester and number 41 Impali do a great job pursuing to the football. Tried to fake the quick screen to the field side, come back to the boundary for Jabari Carr, but Carr's got to get upfield. Let the quarter run out here.
San Jose State will take a 10-6 lead into the 2nd quarter. They've won 5 straight tonight, trying to match the best record of their major college football history, which goes back to 1950. Louisiana Tech trying to bounce back from that overtime loss and win 10 games for the first time of its FBS history. On to the 2nd quarter in San Jose.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Well, Showdown Saturday has not disappointed. Notre Dame is 12-0 and headed to the national championship with a 22-13 win over USC. Of course, Ohio State wishing that they didn't have the sanctions for the perfect record. And then Florida, they're watching anxiously that Notre Dame USC game. Didn't get the results they wanted.
Oh, Florida just hoping to get the automatic bid by finishing in the top 4 of the BCS standings. They beat 4 top 10 teams this year, the Florida Gators. Pretty impressive.
2nd quarter begins with a 3rd and 12. Louisiana Tech brings pressure, fails stepping into it. Back shoulder for Grigsby, who fights through the defender for a first down. Flag down at the 40, where Jamel Johnson makes the stop. 19 yards. We'll see what the call is.
Number 13, Levander Liggins, is likely going to be the guilty party on the perimeter as the corner that was matched up that time versus Noel Grigsby.
Holding, number 13 of the defense. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Let's go to studio.
Thank you very much. Just as you mentioned, Notre Dame, a perfect 12-0. Here's how it ended. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, now BCS bound. Monday, January 7th, they'll play for a national title. The first time since Coach Lou Holtz was in the house. 22-13, the final score.
So that number 1 on top of Grace Hall and South Bend will be lit up for at least another month and a half. Who will the opponent be? The SEC championship basically becomes a semifinal. From the 41, fails off play action against a 4-man rush that's picked up. He underthrows it, and Jabari Carr turns into a defender as Dave Clark tried to go up for the pick, and it's 2nd and 10.
It's a post route down the middle of the field intended for that man, Jabari Clark, number 1. The ball's underthrown. If it had been thrown up and over to the top, I think Jabari Carr could have run into this or excuse me, run under it with Dave Clark on the defense.
Carr, a sophomore out of right here in San Jose, putting together a great season. 2nd and 10. And here's Eskridge. Not much. He gets 3. 3rd and 7 coming up. Chip Hester was in there with a stop. San Jose State good on 3rd down during that first quarter. Big part of the reason that they dominated the time of possession in this game so far, keeping the ball out of the hands of the nation's #1 offense. Pressure on 3rd and 7, so Fales has room to complete it to Chandler Jones, and a first down to the 18. Ball came out, but he's marked down after a gain of 20. Greg Johnson pulled him down. First down for San Jose State.
Outstanding job by David Fales, the quarterback. Sees the pressure, comes right underneath to Chandler Jones on the crossing route. Jones does the rest. He's got to secure that football as he's going to the ground. Good recognition of pressure up front and knowledge of where to go with the football quickly by quarterback David Fales.
Fales already 12 of 16, the nation's most accurate passer. Looking to the short side. He wants Otten, his tight end. Back shoulder for the touchdown. $18 yards, 4th of the season for Otten. San Jose State clicking on all cylinders early.
Well, that crowd loves it here. Otten, all 6'6", 245 pounds of him. That'll create one heck of a one-on-one mismatch of height into the end zone.
Extra point from Lopez is good. He's 13 of 17 for 174. The double move from the tight end, who's got serious NFL potential, makes the adjustment, and it's all San Jose State early. San Jose State with 3 scores on 4 possessions and a 17-6 lead early in the second. Look at your NFL Sunday started on ESPN. At 10, it's Sunday NFL Countdown. Chris Berman of the gang provide all the latest news to get you ready for kickoff. And before you set your lineups, catch Fantasy Football Now at 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Our experts provide the latest news, let you get your rosters ready to go. An excellent start for San Jose State. They've won 5 in a row for the first time in 22 years, trying to match their best record as a major college football program. They went 10-2 in '86. They went 10-2 in '87. Never before had they won 11 games. DJ Banks from the 9, the WAC Special Teams Player of the Week with a big return. DJ Banks spun down to the 41.
Well, this last touchdown, you're going to see Otten motion over. And then once he motions over, let's go ahead and let this run. We'll go ahead and freeze it right here. You're going to end up having an in cut right there. And then Otten's going to go to the sideline. He's going to come right down, and he's going to get matched up one-on-one with the safety who's already trailing. And now it's a tremendous advantage for the offensive guy who's already got a 6 to 7 inch height differential. Good execution, good isolation one-on-one.
Cameron out of an empty set off his back foot, but a strong throw in and out of the hands of Andrew Gia. But Ben Wickery was beaten in coverage, and it's 2nd and 10. There's Ryan Otten, who had the touchdown on the last drive. He was a Mackey Award semifinalist. He's headed to the Senior Bowl in January in Mobile, Alabama. Some pretty good NFL potential for that guy.
Well, they're going to like his range, the body type, a long wingspan, athletic enough to adjust to the ball in the air and can really threaten the middle of the field down the seams.
On 2nd down, Ray Holly can't get to the corner, and Ben Wickery's there to slam him down. Loss of 6. Is the 2-time WAC Defensive Player of the Week, streaked up from his corner spot and makes it 3rd and 16.
Ben Wickery does an outstanding job setting the edge, maintaining outside leverage and forcing the play back inside. This San Jose State team now, they've got some guys on defense, guys they haven't had here in a number of years.
Cameron steps up and goes down. Anthony Larcevaux. San Jose State is 5th in the nation in sacks. They get their first of the night, and it's 4th down.
It's every coach's dream to be able to be disruptive and rush the passer without bringing a 5th or 6th defender. 4 pass rushers that time, take down Colby Cameron of Louisiana Tech, forcing another punt. I'll say it again, San Jose State's playing with a different breed of cat on defense than some of the previous teams they've had over the last decade.
Ronnie Yell back to receive this punt from Ryan Allen. It bounces in his direction, and he'll let it go. Down to the 13.
Louisiana Tech getting corralled on offense. San Jose State on defense, laying it to the Bulldogs here in the second quarter.
ESPN College Football Finale, brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
What a turnaround it's been for the San Jose State program. First winning season since '06, just the 3rd of the last 2 decades. They had that huge win against BYU on this field last week, and could not have gotten off to much better of a start this week. Against Louisiana Tech, a team that 1 week ago was right in the middle of the BCS picture. Now for a 2nd straight week, off to a slow start. Drive beginning at the 14 for the Spartans. And David Fales makes the fake and takes a shot on the post for Kyle Nunn. And that ball's ripped away and intercepted. Lavander Liggins with his 2nd of the season. It's the first takeaway for Louisiana Tech in the last 4 games.
This is the 2nd post route that we have seen David Fales underthrow the ball down the middle of the field. A big no-no, especially with one-on-one coverage that is covered well this time by Liggins, number 13, who was called with the defensive holding on the previous series. He undercuts this well, plays it tight to the hip, high points the football, and gets this offense right back on the field.
Takeaway is a big part of what this team did early, but they've not had any lately. Quentin Patton snags that one on the tunnel screen and gets 8 on first down. Louisiana Tech forced 3 turnovers a game over their first 8.
Right.
Not a single one over the last 3 coming in.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes talked about that, and he really didn't know how to account for it. Just one of those spells they're going through.
Another quick throw. David Grew getting a first down. Pushed out by Jimmy Pruitt.
We keep in mind with this offense, the center calls the cadence, not the quarterback. So they're going to offset things by always looking to the line of scrimmage, looking to the sideline. It's the center that sets it.
Kenneth Dixon runs into a wall. The defensive line for San Jose State, the strength of this good unit. Travis Johnson, preseason WAC Defensive Player of the Year, was there for the tackle. And it'll be 2nd and 7.
See number 57 there, the left guard. And he's going to tap. He's going to tap the center real quickly. He's going to tell him. See that?
Here's Dixon to the short side, running hard for a first down to the 21. Colin Newsom with a tackle.
Kenneth Dixon with some of these hard yards, big physical runner for a true freshman. Good pad level, forward lean to finish the plays falling forward.
Back to Dixon. Doesn't get much. Ran right into the arms of Keith Smith. You're talking about that snap count thing. That's something Tony Franklin first started doing when he was coaching arena ball, which is something you've got some experience with. You ever do that with your teams?
Well, yeah, and you can do it. You can do it with noise, and you can do it so that the quarterback is never surprised because he sees it right in front of him. After this play, we'll talk about how you deal with it when they get a beat on your snap count.
Cameron is pressured and sacked for the 2nd time today. Travis Rosidi cleaned it up after Travis Johnson got to him first, and it's 3rd and 11.
Travis Johnson, when you hear a coach describe a player as trustworthy and reliable, you know you've got something special in terms of leadership. That's how he describes number 43, Travis Johnson, a huge performer on this defense.
1 for 4 on 3rd down. Strong throws to David Grew, but it was behind him. Unable to run for 1st down yardage. 4th and 4 coming up, and here's the field goal team.
Colby Cameron on that throw didn't give Grew a chance to extend the play. Because of the low throw behind him, didn't give the target an opportunity to make something happen after the catch, and that's uncharacteristic of that man right there, Colby Cameron.
So Matt Nelson on for the field goal. Missed an extra point already tonight, and he's missed 6 of his last 9 field goals. This from 33. And it's a fake. Hunter Lee reaches for the touchdown. 15 yards with some trickery to get Louisiana Tech within a touchdown.
Very, very well executed. And another prime example that football is a game of inches, because this shovel pass, as we will show you, could have easily been deflected at the point of attack.
A 21-yard touchdown for Malin Lee. And Nelson's extra point is good.
Malin Lee, a reserve running back. He ends up being the up back on the right side of the screen, and they pitch it to him and option the end defender for San Jose State coming off of the football. Very well executed. Terrific timing. San Jose State did not see this coming. And the holder does an excellent job. An excellent job. David Grew of attacking the line of scrimmage, coming downhill, and forcing that end man on the line of scrimmage who was unblocked to have to choose.
So Malin Lee from 21 yards for the touchdown, and Mike McIntyre knew that his team had gotten another stop. If you got a chance to stop the nation's top offense, you got to do it. Short kick and a fair catch at the 21.
Well, you're gonna see what they've done here. Again, the up back is right here. He's gonna come back around, and he ends up being the pitch man. The unblocked defender off the line of scrimmage is who they're going to option off of from the holder right here as he attacks downhill. Perfectly executed. Going to see it right here. They put that end man on the line of scrimmage in a bind. It's no different than having to cover the zone read. Do I take the man with the ball? Do I take the pitch man? This time it's an underneath shovel. Very well done by Sonny Dykes in the kicking game.
Second time they've done that to success this season. Eskridge is hemmed in. Antonio Mitchell, Louisiana Tech's leading tackler, gets him after a gain of a yard. And a flag comes in late. Shaquille Lucas had his helmet come off. If the penalty wasn't the reason, he'll have to come out
After
for
the
it.
play, personal foul. Number 2 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down. Number 94 from Louisiana Tech does not have to lead the game. That's his helmet coming off as a result of the foul.
Eskridge is going to come to the sideline and spend a little time with his head coach. Mike McIntyre, get a little explanation. That's just not smart winning football. We've already started off the drive with relatively poor field position and have only made it worse.
So they bring Jason Simpson in, who's only got 10 carries this season. Second down and 21 for San Jose State. Fails. And back shoulder for Jabari Carr. Went down and got it at the 25. Ready to be third and a long 9.
This offense loves the one-on-one comeback route to the sideline where you're selling the vertical route. You get that corner to turn his hips and turn and run. Then come back to the sideline. It's a timing route, and David Vales has it perfected. He has nailed it here tonight.
San Jose State 4 of 6 on third down so far, and they're averaging 11 yards per third down play. The rush is picked up, so Fales has time. It's tipped and caught for a first down. 15 yards to Noel Grigsby. There's a flag down away from the play.
Well, they had some tussling on the other side of the field down near the bottom here on the San Jose State sideline with Jabari Carr and number 24 Dave Clark for Louisiana Tech on the perimeter.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Number 24, the defense. 15 yards added to the end of the catch. Automatic, first down.
Dave Clark.
See Sonny Dykes giving him the business on the sideline there. It's number 34, Mike Schrang. Gets his hand on the ball. Enough of velocity with Noel Grigsby to hold on to the football. And then you see again them tussling. And that's what they get. It's the hand of the face from David Clark.
Moves it into Tech territory. Fails trying to capitalize. Coming back to his second read. Now floating one downfield. Ryan Otten's out there but can't pull it in with coverage from Johnson. Flag down back around the line of scrimmage.
Well, when a quarterback's buying time, that usually means holding.
Holding, number 76, offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, first down.
I'm seeing the field well today, Joe.
It's a good view.
I'm seeing the field well. See this ball go through Otten's hands. Normally such a sure-handed, reliable guy. It would have been difficult to ensure that he got a foot in bounds. Such a big mismatch down the field at 6'6", 245 pounds.
He had a 10-inch advantage on Craig Johnson.
Looks like he's going to right now as well.
Jeez. Jamel Johnson shades him over the top. First down and 20. Fails underneath that zone coverage. Jabari Carr is pushed out by Quinn Giles after 14 yards, and it's 2nd and 6.
And this ball's thrown right in front of Giles to the sideline. We've got it down to Louisiana Tech Bulldog there in the backfield.
It's John L. White.
Correct. Now, the one thing I've noticed about San Jose State's offensive weapons, they all have quick hands. These are guys that pluck and tuck. They don't fight the football. They don't let the ball come into their frame and into their body. They extend away from their body and their frame to pluck the ball.
Injuries have been an issue for this defense, and another man down. Defense has had to deal with injuries much of the season, most of them at linebacker and at safety. This is D-tackle John L. White getting looked at. 2nd down and 6 for San Jose State. Out of the pistol this time. It's Eskridge off the left side, and DeLeon Eskridge running hard for a first down. Run of 9 for the Minnesota transfer. Quinn Giles over there to make the tackle. This defense for Louisiana Tech with those injuries. The ball is fumbled out of bounds, they're going to say, Tom, and then it'll be 3rd down because they'll spot it at the spot of the fumble.
Right. Let's see what San Jose State has with an answer.
So 3rd and 1 instead of moving the chains. And now a timeout.
Yeah, I think they went on the field.
San Jose State.
The mindset that they had a fresh set of downs and wanted to think this over, make sure they had the right call on for their down and distance.
Well, coverage of Monday Night Football continues on ESPN. First at 6:30. It's Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee's. Then at 8:30, the Panthers make their way to the city of brotherly love to take on the Eagles. Monday Night Football. Carolina and Philadelphia. Monday at 8:30 on ESPN. Nick Foles will make his 2nd straight start for the Eagles. A couple of struggling teams there. What a disappointment the Eagles have been this year. 3rd down and 1 for San Jose State against Sonny Dykes and this Louisiana Tech defense. Started to talk about the injuries they've suffered. It's a team that lost their best linebacker early on. They're going to take a further look at this.
You're going to see the ball goes down. It's clearly out, I believe, before Eskridge hits the ground. The question is, where does it roll out of bounds at, and would it have been past the 1st down marker? Tough to tell from that angle. Recovered by a Louisiana Tech player while he was out of bounds. You see Mike McIntyre looking on as well as he tries to take a peek at the Jumbotron at a replay, hoping this would maybe get altered and give him back his fresh set of downs. Ball pops out there. Squirts to the sideline. Again, DeLeon Eskridge, the Minnesota transfer.
Transferred here to San Jose State. He's a San Francisco guy to be closer to his family for his senior season.
Well, if they're going to spot the ball right there where the Louisiana Tech defender was out of bounds, it should be a 1st down.
Yeah, by that look.
Correct. Again, it has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the ruling on the field. As you can see right there, that ruling on the field was that the ball carrier was down by contact. But this is more of a ruling on the spot of the football.
The ball was fumbled just beyond the 34-yard line, laterally out of bounds. The result of the play is a 1st down.
Okay.
San Jose State will not be charged with a timeout.
That's a good call. It's a good overturn of the call based on the spot of the ball. Well done by the officiating crew up in the booth and the replay officials. And I think that man right there, Sonny Dykes, knew it was coming. He was standing right in front of it when the ball went out of bounds.
So Eskridge back in there. 2nd quarter clock running. San Jose State has led the whole way. Back to Eskridge. Put the foot in the ground, got upfield and got 5. Justin Ellis with a stop. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Right now, San Jose State's in a bit of a groove with their run game. They're doing a great job managing the play clock right now, utilizing that time, continuing to run the football, stay between the white lines. That keeps this Louisiana Tech offense off the field right where Coach Mike McIntyre would like to see them.
It's an offense 107th in the country in running the football, but they thought they'd be able to tonight against this defense that has struggled so much. And back to the ground on 2nd down. Breaking free is Eskridge, and DeLeon Eskridge is inside the 5. Evander Liggins with a stop after a run at 28 yards.
Eskridge does a great job of seeing the crease and then decisively hitting it right there. No wiggle, no hesitation. Good vision to get his shoulders square. Coach Mike McIntyre said this is where he's at his best. Square the shoulders, get downhill with a forward lean.
So 1st down and goal for San Jose State. They go into a bigger set. And they go straight downhill to give Eskridge the touchdown. 8th of the season. And it's back to a 2-score lead for San Jose State. Austin Lopez adds the extra point. 24-13 Spartans.
San Jose State keeping it on the ground here in the first half, keeping Louisiana Tech off the field offensively. And DeLeon Eskridge with the big run to put him in position, closing the deal on the following play. As San Jose State goes up 24-13.
DeLeon Eskridge finds the end zone, and San Jose State back in front by 2 scores. Well, Colby Cameron and this Louisiana Tech offense really has not gotten into rhythm yet, while David Fales has been locked in.
Again, the inability to get first downs at a consistent pace has limited the tempo, and it's taken them out of their comfort zone. Exactly what San Jose State wanted to do on defense. Conversely, David Fales has been as advertised, if not better, managing this game and making some big plays.
Harrison Wade's kick is a line drive that'll be picked up by DJ Banks. Stumbles to the 13. Everything going the way of San Jose State right now. What a turnaround it's been for Mike McIntyre. In his 3rd season of this, his first head coaching job, and has won his 16 semifinalists for National Coach of the Year with what he's done with this program.
Been a successful assistant at the collegiate and NFL level. And, you know, just to put this in perspective, when he arrived at San Jose State, they did not have the budget for their coaches to actually go on the road and recruit in the spring. Can you imagine being in major college football and not being able to recruit against your competitors?
Underneath the Ray Holly, who squirts for a first down. 11 yards up to the 25.
So he realized right off the bat, we need to do some fundraising and we need to get our coaches on the road. When we talked to him this week, it was all about player evaluation and recruiting, and that's why you're seeing such a significant impact early on here.
Holly with no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
The state of California, Joe, so important in recruiting, and so what the staff decided to do was go out in the summer and hold camps. First, they started down in Southern California in San Diego, held 2 camps in the Los Angeles area, then moved their way back up the state. Been very, very plentiful in their recruiting efforts.
19 high school players came into the program this year. 17 of them they found with those camps. Here's Andrew Giat. Getting 7 yards. Benet Ben-Wickery pushes him out, and it'll be 3rd and 3.
Any coach worth his salt, in my opinion, knows that it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. You got to have players. And Mike McIntyre realized that right off the bat here.
Louisiana Tech 1 for 5 on 3rd down today. Seven drop into coverage. Quentin Patton spins his way for a first down against Ronnie Yell.
I'll tell you, Joe, I don't know if people truly understand just how strong Colby Cameron's arm is. He unleashed that ball with power and velocity. And Tony Franklin, the offensive coordinator at Louisiana Tech, he told us that this week. He said people would be surprised at just how impressive Cameron's physical tools are.
From the 37, here's Ray Holly. Vince Buhager plugged the hole. He gets less than a yard on first down. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I don't know about you, Joe. I'm a little surprised with how little we've seen Kent Dixon.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the focal point of their run game. He hasn't been their lead back. Holly's been in there a considerable amount of his first half.
6 carries for 27 yards for Dixon. That's all. Cameron steps into the pocket. That's broken up by Ben-Wickery. He was trailing R.P. Stewart, but able to catch up and make it 3rd and 10.
This is an outstanding play. An outstanding play by Ben-Wickery, and if he doesn't make it, Louisiana Tech is off to the races. Momentum swings, and the Bulldogs are right back in this thing. Outstanding coverage and Pat down at the last second.
It's yet another third down for Louisiana Tech. Pressure's picked up. Cameron has time, but it's short of the first down. Gain of 8 yards to Hunter Lee. It's 4th and 2, and the offense staying out there.
Well, they're hurrying to the line of scrimmage. They're going to get set. This is one of the ways they offset the pass rush and change the snap count when the center controls the cadence.
On 4th and 2, throwing the slant close to the sticks, so to depend on the spot. James Orth was all over John Greenwald, who got just enough.
So getting back to the center sets the cadence. When they feel like the defensive front's getting a sense of when that ball's going to get snapped, they'll all stand up again and look to the sideline, then go down, and then the quarterback will take it over. That's how they're changing it up.
Kind of Dixon comes back in, takes the fake. Now Cameron looking long. He's got Quentin Patton out there, and the General's in for a touchdown from 48 yards. He beat Jimmy Pruitt, and just the play that Louisiana Tech's offense needed.
The blink of an eye, how things can change so quickly. I mentioned down the seam, they would have had a touchdown without the batted ball. And now right here, back in it.
Just like that, within 4. Already 5 catches for Patton, 99 in the season now.
Separation, the ability to get on the defender's toes, stab and cut at the last second. Well thrown football over shoulder. The most important thing that Quentin Patton did on that route was eat up the defender's cushion. Once he got on the defender's toes, the defender peeked into the backfield, got flat-footed, and that's what created the separation once he hit the post stem. That's outstanding nuances of the position and the little things that it takes to be a great receiver.
Guy that wasn't highly recruited at all, bit of a late bloomer. Couple of years at JUCO ball, and wasn't even that highly sought after those 2 JUCO seasons, but Sonny Dykes doing a good job of evaluating, and it's been a good find for him and a good situation for Patton. Hightower and Simpson back for Nelson's kick. Hightower off a short kick from the 13, and Hightower with a seam. Forrest Hightower cutting back with a flag down, and the ball's jarred loose. A flag back in San Jose State territory. Who's got the football? Return of 53 yards, but it ends in a fumble, and Louisiana Tech's got it.
We've got a flag to go along with this, which may end up just giving.
During the return, holding, number 84 of the return team. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down, Louisiana Tech.
And man, just like that, Louisiana Tech with all the momentum.
Yeah, and really essentially what ends up happening here is by trying to cut it back inside right here, you end up going into where all the bad guys are. They're inside, they're not to the sideline. The ball gets popped free by number 29 right there, Kendall Hayes. Defensive back making a play in the kicking game.
Pressure comes. Cameron steps into it to find Ray Holly. Runs out of the tackle to Colin Newsom. He gets a first down to the 47. 13-yard gain. And boy, what a turn of events with Hightower coughing that one up. Louisiana Tech has not led. A chance here to take the lead into the break. Off play action, got rid of it just before he was hit, and it's complete for a first down and more. Hunter Lee is inside the 10. 54 yards, and Louisiana Tech striking in a hurry.
Well, he's matched up against Ben Wickery, number 21, and gets inside of him. And look at Louisiana Tech start rolling. They're getting their personnel on the field, but when they do so, they have to give the defense an opportunity to substitute as well. That slows down the tempo just a little bit.
Into the bigger set now. Here's Kenneth Dixon to the short side of the field with a flag down behind him. Somehow gets inside the 5. Travis Johnson with the tackle.
Holding, number 67 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, 3 plays, first down.
Oscar Johnson, the left tackle.
330-pound senior. Left tackle is going to be right on the edge, right here. He's going to get caught with his arms on the outside, and then the pull of the jersey is what was right in the face of our head referee, Stacey Harden.
Cameron pressured, gets out of it, across his body to John Greenwald. They'll say that he hauled it in, and it's 2nd and goal on a gain of 15.
The most impressive thing Colby Cameron did right here was keep his eyes downfield under duress. He evades the rush and then gets his eyes right back downfield. No panic, trusting what was going on, knowing where his target's going to be.
San Jose State uses its 2nd timeout of the half. And Cameron getting into rhythm now after a slow start.
Look at that, 14 for 16 right there.
Now celebrating its 8th year of sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. To date, Allstate has contributed more than $3 million in scholarship monies. Well, Louisiana Tech has its 2nd down and goal. Colby Cameron has 6 straight completions. Tech has all 3 timeouts, so a full bag of tricks.
Well, they do, full bag of tricks, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to spread it out, if they don't run some form of a wide receiver quick screen.
Hurry to the line.
This is how they offset the pass rush, by slowing it down a little bit.
On the slant. R.P. Stewart is inside the 1. Coverage from Jimmy Pruitt. It's now 3rd and goal, and Sonny Dykes will use his first time out of the half.
Sonny Dykes way out onto the field there around the 10-yard line. Trying to get the attention of the official. Delayed slant off of the play action underneath. Knees down, that's a good call. Ball never crosses the plane.
So 3rd and goal from inside the 1.
And I'm a little surprised Louisiana Tech, knowing where that ball was spotted, didn't immediately rush to the line of scrimmage and quarterback sneak. Get San Jose State where they haven't lined up yet.
Here's the thing, though. Tech never goes under center.
They never go under center, but everybody has some form of an under center area to their offense down here.
Louisiana Tech more than double what it had in the first quarter during their 2nd stanza, and a chance to take its first lead of the game before the break. 3rd down and goal for Louisiana Tech. Ray Holly in there instead of Kenneth Dixon. They lose about 15 pounds with their running back there. It's a sneak, and it's a touchdown. Tom Luganville called it. Came a little later than you said it would, but they run him up to the line, snap it, and score.
You just, with their tempo, the ability to line up quickly and snap the ball, and as you mentioned, being such a shotgun-based team, it kind of gets you defensively on your heels to some degree. Everybody fasten your seatbelts because we're in for a track meet.
You knew Louisiana Tech was far from out of it when they went down by 2 scores. Earlier this season, they erased a 27-point deficit against Texas A&M, only to lose We're in a failed two-point conversion just last week, twice. They raised deficits at 24 against Utah State before losing that game. Trying to, for the first time, come back and win.
Well, and Louisiana Tech now capitalizing on a turnover. Not only a huge kicking game error because it was such great field position that San Jose State would have had, but now momentum goes back to Louisiana Tech's sideline. A fantastic drive, big plays through the air, and Colby Cameron ends up closing the deal with the 1-yard quarterback sneak.
So 2 turnovers forced by Louisiana Tech, and they've turned it into 2 touchdowns. And that's the difference in this first half. A first half really controlled by San Jose State for much of the way.
And a big difference in Colby Cameron, most notably with his body language. In the first quarter, this was a player that was frustrated, was not in sync. Now you see shoulders back, smile on his face. He's in rhythm, feeling good. The offense is operating the way that they're accustomed to.
We'll keep it away from Hightower this time. So Jason Simpson brings it back to the 31. Louisiana Tech's 2 losses. Very narrow losses. Texas A&M in that game between ranked teams and then Utah State last week.
Look how many scores you see that start with a 5. A 5 here, a 5, a 5. There, oh, maybe a 7. There, starts right there. Impressive, impressive. #1 offense in the country. Now keep in mind, both of these ball clubs, outside of San Jose State's win versus BYU last week, both of these ball clubs, 2 losses on the season, are the 2 best defensive teams they've played all year.
And Louisiana Tech, by the way, their best quarter this year has been the 3rd. They'll have the ball to begin that 3rd quarter with a 3-point lead after trailing the entire first half. It's 27-24 Louisiana Tech. Good one going on here in San Jose to cap Showdown Saturday. Let's go to the studio.
Visit WatchESPN.com or download the Watch ESPN app to watch ESPN live anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by Vizio.
Oh, a fun way to finish this tremendous Showdown Saturday at college football. We told you there'd be a lot of offense, and it didn't disappoint. Plenty of it during that first half. Back into the broadcast booth alongside Tom Luganbill, Joe Davis on hand, and really both these offenses doing just what we expected.
You know what, though? Louisiana Tech got momentum in that last drive in the second quarter because of the other 2 areas of the game. The defensive side of the football for the Bulldogs, and most notably in the kicking game. But defensively, the interception by Levander Liggins really set up some momentum here. The deep post, David Fales going for it, underthrows the football. He's done that twice tonight. Leads to the fake field goal to Malin Lee on 4th down. A touchdown for the Bulldogs. A gutsy call by Sonny Dykes. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Forrest Hightower, what looks to be great field position for San Jose State, ends up being a turnover for Louisiana Tech, and they pounce all over that. A fantastic drive to end out the second quarter. You see the results here, Joe. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown on their last 3 drives. That's what they're accustomed to.
And that was after a slow start to that first quarter. This is the nation's #1 scoring offense at 52 points a game. Down many times this season, down 24 at one point, down 27 at another point. Erased deficits in both of those games, once against Texas A&M, once against Utah State. So you knew that the 10, 12-point deficit they were seeing for much of that first half wasn't going to be a huge deal. Here's DJ Banks, WAC Special Teams Player of the Week from his own 1. Banks with a stiff arm, getting back to the 20. Louisiana Tech, after that slow start, a monster second quarter. Colby Cameron, 19-26 during the first half for 254 yards and a touchdown. It was almost perfect during the second quarter. Well, again, we see Kenneth Dixon on the sideline. Instead, it's Ray Holly at running back. Quick throw to the short side. It's Quentin Patton who drops the ball. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. Again, Kenneth Dixon, 6 carries for 27 yards during the first half, spending the majority of the game on the sideline.
And I don't know if he was dinged last week in the loss at home to Utah State, and they were kind of bringing him along slowly and nursing an injury that they have not disclosed, but certainly hasn't seen the load. And when he has seen action, it isn't as if he's been unproductive or any noticeable injury.
25 total rushing yards during that first half for Louisiana Tech, a team that's in the top 15 in the country in that category. Cameron underneath. Patton catches this one. He's dangerous in space. He spins his way free and finally dropped at the 34. But Ben Wickery with a tackle after a gain of 14 and a first down for Louisiana Tech.
Well, they just catch Patton from the boundary side, the short side of the field, come on a little shallow cross. And then Patton just presses the B button several times here. A couple of spin moves in the arsenal. Moving the chains for the Bulldogs.
Here's Ray Holly off the right side, showing good speed, and Ray Holly's into San Jose State territory. An 18-yard run. Colin Newsom with a tackle. The nation's #1 scoring offense has been dominant in the third quarter this year.
Well, and you can tell the pace that they've gotten off to the start with here in the third quarter, exactly how they want to run this game.
From the 48, Holly again, blocker slipped, but he still maintained his balance. And Ray Holly, the 5th-year senior out of here in California, getting 9 on first down.
Well, Holly's diminutive in stature, but don't kid yourself. He'll run with a low pad level, a little bit of lower body strength, always falling forward. A tough, feisty runner.
Dixon back in. Underneath for Richie Casey. Needed just a yard, got 2 on Casey's first catch of the day. That's a first down to the 36 and a good start to the second half for Tech.
Yeah, after that initial drop by Quentin Patton on first down, Louisiana Tech, everything seems to be clicking for them with whatever they dial up.
Play action. Cameron stepping into his throw for Banks, who is defended tightly by Ronnie Yell. James Orth coming over from his free safety spot, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, James Orth comes over, and Colby Cameron predetermined where he was going with the ball, forced the throw. Luckily, he overthrew it so that Orth couldn't step in front and intercept it. One of the few times we've seen Colby Cameron not work through his progressions properly.
2nd and 10. It's the screen. Andrew Gia. It's up to the 31 and a gain of 4. Guy that has had 3 torn ACLs during his career. Battling back from it. Setting up 3rd and 6. Louisiana Tech was just 3 of 8 on 3rd down during the first half. San Jose State drops 7 into coverage, and it's perfectly thrown to John Greenwald, who's inside the red zone. Down to the 15 and a gain of 17 yards. Went inside, broke back up.
Number 80, Greenwald, a receiver, is a mismatch versus a linebacker. That's Orth inside, runs a little pivot route and whips back outside. Very well thrown, accurate football, allowing Greenwald to go ahead and extend the play.
Down up to the 12. Ray Holly, who last season missed most of the year, had 3 spinal fractures, said he thought that his career was finished. Able to battle back from it. Sonny Dykes couldn't speak highly enough about this kid. Dixon back in on 2nd and 7. Cameron looking to the end zone, into traffic and incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 7. Wanted Hunter Lee on a dangerous throw.
Very dangerous throw. Ben Wickery, number 21 there. Had he been able to get on his horse and get to the middle of the field, that would have been an easy interception. A little bit of confusion off of the play action pass in the backfield that time.
Pressure. Cameron throwing to the pylon shy of Miles White, and it's 4th down. So San Jose State's defense gives up some yards on this opening possession, but ultimately forces a field goal attempt.
Again, I think some more miscommunication that time. Colby Cameron talking with the intended target that time. Miles White on the sideline. Not quite sure that's the route he wanted, and Sonny Dykes now talking to his quarterback as well.
And Nelson from 29 yards has missed 6 of his last 9. This one knuckles through, and it's a 1-touchdown lead for Louisiana Tech. David Fales, the nation's most accurate passer, comes back to the field with San Jose State's first possession. David Fales is San Jose State offense onto the field for the first time in this second half. 72% completion percentage for Fales. And it's not necessarily him just throwing bubble screens.
Correct. You know, with so many of the spread offenses we're seeing right now, you see all the quick screen game and the bubble screen game, and it ups that completion percentage. You look at these 3 guys right here, including David Fales, Teddy Bridgewater, and Geno Smith. A lot of downfield throws to intermediate and deeper portions of the field.
Nelson's kick to be taken by Forrest Hightower, who coughed it up after a 52-yard return in the first half. He's got another big one here. An excellent field position for San Jose State. Now the 14th annual ACC Big Ten Challenge tips off Tuesday night on ESPN at 7:30. Number 16 NC State and number 4 Michigan. Then at 9:30, first meeting since '04 between North Carolina and top-ranked Indiana. The ACC Big Ten Challenge presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Also available live on Watch ESPN. ESPN, the home court of college hoops. A little basketball on grass, like you like to call it tonight.
That's it.
Into the game is Blake Jurich, who we saw for 1 play during the first half. More of a running quarterback, gives him an option. Not sure what we're going to review here.
Not sure what is quite under review either.
David Fales, in his first season in San Jose State, redshirted for a year at Nevada, then spent 2 years at the JUCO level before coming here to San Jose prior to this year. Had an offer to go to Wyoming after 1 year at JUCO ball, but said it wasn't the right fit.
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 43-yard line. First down, San Jose State.
So that'll move it back about 5 yards from where they wound up spotting him. Return at 37 for Hightower. Really says a lot about David Fales that he's been able to become the leader of this team in such a short time.
Well, the way he came in and embraced the role, understood that he had to earn it, he had to compete for it, win over his teammates. And as we mentioned earlier, Coach Mike McIntyre realized very, very quickly and early on in the process, this guy fit in. He was the right fit for them. It was a perfect marriage.
And he's into the game after Jurich came out before that review. Reverses and hands to Eskridge. Chip Hester there for the tackle. Along with Shaquille Lucas, 4 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. Eskridge 74 yards during the first half. With a senior transfer from Minnesota. This offense has not been able to run the ball this year, but they were confident they'd be able to tonight against Louisiana Tech, and they have. Eskridge again with a nice cut. And gets belted across midfield shy of the first down. Jamel Johnson was there first. It's 3rd and 2.
Well, I like the philosophy here on offense for San Jose State. Really the second half of the second quarter, they really started to pounding Louisiana Tech, and Louisiana Tech couldn't get off the field. They've continued that here even after the intermission. And sit here with a 3rd and short.
They were 5 of 7 on 3rd down during the first half. Ina, the bigger back is in. He'll take it straight ahead. And get close to a first down. Looks like he's got it. 6'1", 245 pounds, moving the chains to the 47.
Well, if I'm San Jose State right here, I stick to this recipe. Run the football, short controlled passing game when you decide to take it to the air, and see if Louisiana Tech can hold up at the point of attack. They did not do so in the second quarter. If we take a look at the total yards accumulated, certainly through the air, Louisiana Tech had a monster second quarter.
Phil's first throw of the drive. Down the seam for his tight end, Ryan Otten, who sets up first down to the 16. Working against Jamel Johnson for 38 yards.
Well, there's Otten again at 6'6", threatening the middle portion of the field. He comes right up and he sticks it like he's going to run the out route. Comes back inside, and Louisiana Tech on the defense. Jamel Johnson, number 20, he bites. Creates a passing lane for David Fales to fit the ball into.
4 receptions, a touchdown for Otten tonight. Liaina back in at running back. And Jurich in there, quarterback, taking it off the left side. Blake Jurich with his first touch of the day. He gets 4. Jamel Johnson over to make the stop. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Peter Tuitupu, number 15, was on the perimeter that time. Just couldn't quite sustain the block for quarterback Jurich, number 14. Nonetheless, still a gain of 4 yards.
Jurich is sophomore out of Santa Cruz, California, who's run for more than 170 yards this year. Big body, 6'4", 240. He can throw it a little bit too. 11 pass attempts this season. Power play to the short side of the field. It's 3rd down. Vander Liggins with his team-leading 8th tackle. How do you feel about the timing on bringing Jurich in?
I like it because it's added another dimension to what has already been a successful running game. You take it away from DeLeon Eskridge a little bit. When you allow the quarterback to run the football, you end up having an extra blocker because you're using the direct snap out of the Wildcat, and it gives you an advantage numbers-wise at the point of attack.
Fales is back in for 3rd down and 4. San Jose State great on 3rd down tonight. Throwing the speed out for Otten and a first down. Quinn Giles popped them out of bounds. 1st down and goal for San Jose State.
Remember, Joe, picks are illegal in football, but rubs, we call those legal. And you're going to get a rub from number 23, Noel Grigsby, as he comes inside and rubs off the defender to the inside that's responsible for Otten in the flat. Very well executed, and a good pass and catch that time from David Fales to Otten.
Both these teams are perfect in the red zone during the first half. Looking to throw the fade for his tight end, Otten, who couldn't haul it in. Otten was 7 inches on Vander Liggins, who did well to break it up at 2nd and goal.
I think if David Fales could have this throw again, he would have thrown it more to the back shoulder, because the position to the back shoulder is there. He throws this up the field just a little too much, which also leads Otten out of bounds, doesn't give him an opportunity to have had a foot inbounds had he been able to haul that pass in.
Otten comes out of the game on 2nd and goal. Downhill, Liaina for the touchdown. First rushing touchdown of the season on his senior night. And we're tied at 30. Extra point with San Jose State right back in front.
Ryan Otten, the big seam route down the middle, sets up another little pitch and catch to the sideline as Otten puts San Jose State back in the scoring position for the touchdown tying run.
ESPN College Football Finale. Brought to you by iShares. Visit iShares.com to learn more.
Back and forth we go. Sammy Spartan enjoying it because San Jose State is back in front by a point. Ryan Ott with a couple of catches on that drive before Ina Leaina capped it off with his first touchdown run of the season. We're getting right about what we expected we would. Harrison Wade to kick it.
We certainly are, Joe. We've got a track meet in front of us here, and in most cases, football games are lost. They're not won. So this is going to come down to who makes the fewest errors.
They keep it away from DJ Banks. Malin Lee, who's got a touchdown on a fake field goal tonight, will give Louisiana Tech solid field position. But how about Ryan Otten and his nut?
Well, what makes him so dangerous is all the different places they can line him up. On the inside, on the outside. It's a one-on-one mismatch on the perimeter because of the height at 6'6", and he's a tough guy that will catch the football in a crowd. Most importantly, over the middle of the field, he puts such strain on the defense because he can stretch the seam. And again, at 6'6", 245 pounds, invited to the Senior Bowl. I think this is a guy whose stock's only going to rise as he gets further throughout the evaluation process for a possible next level career.
Throw it to the short side for DJ Banks on first down, and Banks across midfield to the 43. Colin Newsom over to make the tackle. Louisiana Tech wasting no time, getting right back into Spartan territory. Another quick throw, and it's Banks again, getting a block from Stewart and getting close to another first down. DJ Banks, the Tulane transfer, did not have a catch last week, as his fourth of the day.
You know, that squib kick for San Jose State really backfired on him as Malin Lee ends up scooping it up, and here's the field position as a result.
And how about that? Second drop of the game for Quentin Patton, who rarely drops in it.
And third consecutive attempt at a screen to a wide receiver to open up this drive. And you're right, lack of concentration on back-to-back drives for Quentin Patton.
Third down and a yard. Third downs have been a big part of the story in this game. San Jose State has been close to perfect. Louisiana Tech mediocre. The box is loaded. They run right into it. Here's Dixon putting his shoulder down. And it's going to be close. Keith Smith, the WAC Defensive Player of the Week, came over to stop him.
Number 39, Cullen Newsom, deserves all the credit for the play defensively there for San Jose State. He sets the edge, keeps his outside shoulder free, forces the play back in to his friends, all in yellow jerseys. That's good, sound team defense.
Got just enough for the first down. Fake to Dixon. Off his back foot for Miles White. And he plucked it out of the air for the touchdown. 33 yards for White, his 6th of the season. And Louisiana Tech back in front. Takes just over a minute for Louisiana Tech to retake the lead. Extra point from Matt Nelson. Hooks its way through.
A lot of misdirection in the backfield right here. And James Orth, the safety, cannot get over. And on top of this, he's late. And that's just an outstanding individual effort that time by Miles White to go up and extend in a crowd. Excellent execution for a touchdown. Again, number 81, James Orth, just could not get on top of this. And Colby Cameron fits it in.
Miles White, a guy that offensive coordinator Tony Franklin says has as much talent as Quentin Patton. It's just been a matter of tapping into that talent. And lately, He has, playing his best football right now.
Well, when you have some weapons around Quentin Patton, it can really open things up.
Tony Franklin told us that an NFL scout asked him early on in the season what he thought about Miles White, and he said, come back in about 6 weeks and I'll tell you then.
Yeah.
And he said if an NFL scout came and asked him now, he'd say number 7's worth your time. Jason Simpson picks it up off of the roll. Good field position for San Jose State. They'll begin at the 29. In a game that continues to go back and forth. Louisiana Tech with the latest blow.
It's Tony Franklin, the offensive coordinator up there in the booth for Louisiana Tech. He does make the offensive calls. Sonny Dykes managed the game and the team from the sideline. And now we're going to see a contrasting style to what Louisiana Tech has done through the air. San Jose State is answering with on the ground.
That's typically not been the case for this team. Number 12 passing offense in the country will throw on first down. A double move down the sideline, and Grigsby came back to catch it in front of Dave Clark. Down to the 38. That's a gain of 34 and a first down for San Jose State.
Well, they ran an out and up. Noel Grigsby's going to come and he's going to cut like he's going to break it back to the sideline. We've talked about this route right here all night, and then he takes it back up the sideline, and Dave Clark doesn't bite, but he loses sight of the football as the ball's underthrown, and Grigsby goes back, helps his quarterback, attacks the football, and the Spartans back in business.
School's all-time leading receiver, fearless, goes up and gets anything thrown in his direction. He showed it there. Here's Eskridge, big block from Leaina. And strong running from Eskridge on first down. Antonio Mitchum picks up the stop, but it's 6 yards and it's 2nd and 4.
This offense will take 6 yards a clip on the ground every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And right now, having their way with Louisiana Tech's defensive front. When San Jose wants to run the football, they are more than able.
2nd and 4, back to Eskridge, big hole. DeLeon Eskridge, it's gone. 32 yards for his 2nd score of the day. And we're tied again.
Well, that's now 120 yards on the ground for DeLeon Eskridge, and Mike McIntyre has got to be extremely pleased with the play of his offensive line.
So Eskridge, the Minnesota transfer. He's from San Francisco, transferred here to San Jose State so his family could see him make plays like that. Continue to go back and forth in this nightcap of showdown Saturday. A couple of 9-win teams going at it. Be sure to get your NFL Sunday started on ESPN tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's Sunday NFL Countdown. Chris Berman and the gang get you set for kickoff. And then before you set your lineups, catch Fantasy Football Now at 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Our experts provide the latest news, injury updates, and predict the top fantasy performers each Sunday at 11 a.m. Louisiana Tech will get it again. DJ Banks pinned into his own corner. Tiptoeing up to the 16 and getting drilled. Let's go back to that touchdown run from Eskridge.
Oh, we've got the old-fashioned trap here. Number 75, Kaspar, is going to work up to the linebacker here. The center is going to work to the 1 technique, and the guard's going to pull around. He's going to trap the 3 technique. DeLeon Eskridge right up the middle. It's beautiful. Well executed at the point of attack. A gaping hole, all the bodies up to the line of scrimmage for Louisiana Tech. No secondary run support. Gary Bernardi, the offensive line coach, San Jose State's got to be pleased.
Screen to Patton. Was thrown down for a loss of 1. That was read well from the start by San Jose State. The guys up front This is a unit that at one point gave up 13 sacks in one game against Utah State, but they've gelled together and really good down the stretch. Second down and 11. Out of an empty set. They twist up front. It's picked up, and Miles White has a 5-yard gain thrown down by Buhajer. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Miles White once again getting involved. Look at this. Just in this quarter alone, folks. Is that execution or what?
About what we expected.
Right.
They bring 6. Off of the fingertips of Guion, and it's 4th down. James Orth, the converted wide receiver, jarred it loose. Punt team out of the field for Tech.
Well, Orth, who had struggled to get over the top as a safety on some of those deep balls, Johnny on the spot that time, and the right target, but an errant throw from Colby Cameron.
Ryan Allen averaged 46.5 yards a punt during the first half. Ronnie Yell back to receive it. High spiraling kick. Yell with a fair catch at the 29. His offense is both clicking. David Fales leading things for San Jose State.
Well, David Fales has been extremely accurate. He's been extremely efficient. He's managed the offense. You know, I always hear that phrase, oh, he's a game manager. Never met a coach, ever, that didn't want their quarterback to be a game manager. And David Fales isn't just a guy that you're going to win in spite of. He's proven to be a guy that you can win because of. And it's because he takes care of the football and he moves the chains.
Junior in his first season at San Jose State. Drive beginning at the 29, and Fales steps into his throw. It's a strong throw for Noel Grigsby and a 1st down. Working against Levander Liggins. Another big day for Grigsby, who's got his 6th catch of the night.
Again, that comeback route to the sideline. They push it to about 15 to 18 yards. Really sell that they're going vertical, that they're going to go downtown. Get that defender to start turning his hips and running, and you break off the route. And Grigsby and David Fales have developed a great relationship on that throw.
Toss play and a throwback. Now Fales looking to throw. Ryan Otten underthrown. 2nd and 10. Boy, how well drawn up was that?
Well, they had Jabari Carr, number 1, running down the field as well. Otten coming across as he crosses around, and neither one is going to have an opportunity to catch the football, yet both are wide open. And this is an uncharacteristic miss and low throw from David Fales. That's a throw he's got to make. He knows he needs to make it. It was set up nicely.
So 2nd and 10 is an offense. Boy, you get a shot on a trick play like that. You hate to see it go by the wayside. 2nd down and 10. Fales with all kinds of time. Now holding on to it a bit too long. Eskridge can't hold on, and it's 3rd and 10. Good coverage downfield that time.
It's better that he dropped that. Had he not dropped it, probably would have been tackled for about a 6 or 7 yard loss. That's going to benefit San Jose State here. San Jose State tonight so far 7 of 9 on 3rd down. 13.2 yards per play to convert. That's a staggering number.
It's Oscar Johnson, offensive tackle for Louisiana Tech, getting taped up. 3rd down and 10. 7 drop into coverage. Fales buying himself some time. It's tipped, and it's incomplete. Looking for Jabari Carr through a tight window, but he had all day to scan that defense.
A lot of time, but credit Louisiana Tech in the back end, staying with their guy and not peeking in the backfield and allowing a receiver to come open late. You got to credit David Fales for hanging in there and keeping his eyes downfield, but that was a bit of a dangerous throw into a crowd.
DJ Banks backing inside the 10. Banks from the 5 with some room. DJ Banks getting to the sideline and back to the 38. That's a return of 35 yards for Banks as Louisiana Tech tries to bounce back from that overtime loss to get to 10 wins for the first time as an FBS program. San Jose State, meanwhile, has won 5 in a row, and tonight try to match their best ever record as a major college football program, which goes back to 1950.
And keep in mind, Louisiana Tech, they're also just trying to get back-to-back winning seasons since 1996. So a lot of accomplishments to this point, both for Mike McIntyre at San Jose State and Sonny Dykes. But that elusive 10th win, something that's very difficult to achieve, is looming over both of these ball clubs tonight.
Both will have a shot. The losing team in this game will have a shot in a bowl game to pick up win number 10. Been tremendous seasons for both sides. Dixon on first down, spinning through a tight window to the 45. That's 4 yards. Anthony Larsov over the tackle. It's 2nd and 6. Cameron rolling and throwing. It's tipped. Ben Wickery intercepted. 5th of the season for the junior out of Gardena, California.
No, in the first quarter, we were in awe of the fact that Colby Cameron has only thrown 2 interceptions. And you got to figure, well, there's going to be a tipped ball, something in there, in over 440 attempts that he had prior to throwing an interception. Well, here's a prime example, a tipped ball. Ben Wickery secures the football, taps both feet inbounds. Outstanding job to secure the interception. And now San Jose State's offense right back on the field.
Well, last week, the picks for Cameron that snapped that streak. One of them a bad decision, one of them a late throw. That throw was behind John Greenwald. And his 3rd interception of the last 2 weeks after going 444 throws without one, an NCAA record. Back to the ground in Eskridge. And a good first down gain to midfield. 2nd and 4. Ben Wickery, 2-time WAC Defensive Player of the Week. Got 2 defensive touchdowns this year and has been a huge playmaker for the Spartans in the back end.
Once again, San Jose State on offense on first down, really churning out yardage on the ground.
2nd and 4 now, overloaded to the left side. They run away from that and get another nice surge for a first down. Solomon Randall with the tackle, but not before 6 more for De Leon Eskridge.
These big guys, look at them. You've got David Quisenberry and Ryan Jones, both who had switched positions to run that trap that led to the touchdown. See Quisenberry there at 76. He now comes over as an extra tight end on the line of scrimmage.
How about Eskridge over 132 yards. Now Ina Liaina with a big hole, and it doesn't matter who's in there. That offensive line paving the way, ran right behind Quisenberry once again.
And Ryan Jones, 74, pulls around. Liaina comes right off of his hip. And again, first down yardage on the ground. We just had 2nd and 4. Now it's 2nd and 5. You are loving this if you are Mike McIntyre, and controlling the tempo, keeping Louisiana Tech off the field and running this clock down.
Against a defense that gives up 518 yards a game, most in the country. Now Fails trying to go over the top. Came back to his 2nd read and is able to heave it short of the line of scrimmage. Kendrick James got to him.
Well, they're trying to determine if there is possible and there is not intentional grounding. You know, David Fails is in the box, but Liaina was on the sideline. He has not left the tackle box right here. Nowhere to go with the football. Throws it away late. Not grounding, though. Liaina's right over there along the sideline. That's a good no call by the officials.
And a good pass rush from James, who missed the first 10 games of the season for academic reasons. This is just his 2nd game. 3rd and 5. There's 7 of 10 on 3rd down tonight. They knew this would be a big part of the game. Eskridge motions out, so an empty set. Throwing inside and a first down. Moved that linebacker out with a motion, and it opened it up for Ryan Otten.
Ryan Ott is so good, as I mentioned, on that option route or stick route. A lot of different names for it, where you just settle in the hole. You find the open void underneath in the zone, and you get thrown open. The quarterback throws you open away from defenders. Ryan Ott has really been the MVP of this offense tonight. Such a mismatch right now for Louisiana Tech on defense.
From the 39, trying to pound away some more yards. Eskridge with some patient running. This time 8 on first down. Antonio Mitchum with a stop. But if San Jose State can continue to get this kind of chunk on first down, it's going to be a long final quarter.
Well, they got to run the clock like they're doing, continue this style of play, but what they've also got to do is ensure touchdowns, not field goals.
Second down and 2. They do have to snap it once more. Leaina comes in for Eskridge. And David Fales will hand it to him. Leaina. Couple of yards. Close to a first down. Shaquille Lucas made the tackle. They'll spot him right at the marker. And that will bring this third quarter to a close. About what we expected, 38-37. On to the fourth, and San Jose, stick with us. Great finish to this game, and the showdown Saturday coming up. "15 minutes to decide this showdown Saturday capper. San Jose State trying to get its 6th straight win with a 1-point lead. On to the fourth with Tom Luginbill, Joe Davis on hand. About what we expected. Now let's look forward. What's it going to take for both these sides to get it done?
Well, I think for Louisiana Tech, they have got to continue to control the pace of this game and get their best skill players in space. If you're San Jose State, you cannot give up the big play. Make Louisiana Tech earn it. And right now, San Jose State is owning first down, averaging 7.9 yards a play on first down, most notably on the ground.
They go to the ground on first down here, and Eskridge with another big gain. DeLeon Eskridge with his 3rd touchdown of the night. A 19-yard run for the San Francisco native that transferred from Minnesota to be closer to home for his senior year, and he's capping it with a senior night to remember.
Again, credit the offensive line for San Jose State, who has really taken over this game at the point of attack. It started at about the middle portion of the second quarter, has continued all the way through to this point. There's some confusion right now on the San Jose State sideline as to what they want to do. They don't have the right personnel on the field. Quarterback David Fales back on the field right now as 15 seconds remain on the play clock. They're going to have to call timeout.
Why would they be considering going for 2? Are they saying they spotted him down at the 3? Because the clock was running. And up on the big board, they've got 1st and goal at the 3. The band was playing, Eskridge was celebrating.
And I think Mike McIntyre was wondering what's going on as well. Let's see if DeLeon Eskridge did step out of bounds. Oh, yeah. Right there.
How is everybody in the building so fooled? He sold it with his celebration.
Well, and from our vantage point, you couldn't see it until you see that particular view of it. Eskridge kind of started high stepping a little bit, as opposed to just taking his normal running style and getting him in the end zone.
So they'll spot him down at the 3. First down and goal now for San Jose State. Out of an empty set. And they'll collapse it down into a power set. Eskridge straight ahead. Second and goal.
Sonny Dykes looks on, and San Jose State, let's see if they go with the quarterback sneak here.
Back to Eskridge. He's got a seam, and he's in. There's touchdown number 3 for DeLeon Eskridge.
Well, Eskridge had to do it all on his own that time, Joe, as big Ryan Jones, number 74, pulled around, got tripped up, didn't end up making contact with anybody. That offensive line deserves a lot of credit here tonight.
Extra point from Austin Lopez. Makes it an 8-point lead, and what a night it's been for DeLeon Eskridge.
Well, he's been the workhorse again at his best when he makes one cut and gets downhill. He's a complete back that's got some outside quickness and some inside power. Good vision, very decisive, shoulders square. You know what you're going to get.
Third of his 3 touchdowns. Came into the game with 7 on the season, now 10. And his 3 touchdown performance on his senior night. A career high 160 yards for Eskridge, who ran for 1,616 scores in his 3 years in the Big Ten. Transferring back home, trying to help lead San Jose State to match their best record as a major college football program. Never before have they won 11 games, and if San Jose State could win this game, they'd be going for their best ever record in the bowl game. Still a long, long ways to go. DJ Banks, a yard deep. The WAC Special Teams Player of the Week hesitated and got to the 23. 2 of the top quarterbacks in the country in this game, and they have not disappointed.
Well, they certainly haven't. Each has made an error through the air by turning the football over. But look at the completion percentage. We knew coming in that these guys were going to be efficient, they were going to be accurate. That has been as advertised for both Colby Cameron and David Fales.
Cameron, one of the top passers in the land, had that streak of 444 attempts without an interception. Flip it forward on first down, and Andrew Guiot is bottled up. That'll go down as a completion and a loss of a couple. Travis Ricidi led the way for the San Jose State defense.
It's been one of the few times that Louisiana Tech has chosen to essentially run the football. This was a pitch forward on a jet sweep, which amounts to a run in this offense. They've been so good on first down with their receiver quick screen game.
Cameron over the top for Miles White, who went up and got it again. Did it for a touchdown earlier, and here he does it to get it into San Jose State territory on a gain of 33, working against Ben Wickery.
And Ben Wickery is who he scored on the post route in the 3rd quarter against. That's a matchup that Louisiana Tech right now really likes one-on-one.
From the 43 now, Cameron looking downfield again. Coverage was there, so he checks it down to Ray Holly. Weaving for 6 yards, and Ricidi with another stop.
One of the things that great receivers do is they elevate above their head to catch a ball in traffic. This is twice now we've seen Miles White do this in a crowd over the middle. Very impressive.
2nd down, and here's Holly trying to run away from the blitz, but he couldn't get away. Travis Ricidi was there along with Vincent Abbott, backup defensive end.
That big offensive line there has done a great job, really, as I've mentioned, since about the middle of the 2nd quarter, And conversely, the defensive line for San Jose State, you're not going to run the football on these guys. If Louisiana Tech wants to win this game, it's going to have to happen through the air.
They're bringing a blitz on 3rd and 4, throwing the fade with one-on-one, and Miles White pulling it again. Down to the 10, 27 yards, and it's 1st and goal.
This guy is an acrobatic playmaking dude.
I like that.
He goes up and he plucks it. That ball is his.
Quick throw on the slant off of the hands of Patton. He's got his 3rd drop of the night, thrown behind him, but one he usually catches.
Colby Cameron has the kitchen sink being brought at him. He's got one-on-one on the perimeter. Again, elevate, go up in a contested matchup, one-on-one. You win. That's either a catch or an incompletion and you play the next down. No, under no circumstances can that be a turnover.
Five blockers against a 5-man box for San Jose State. They look to throw into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Colin Newsome with the coverage on David Grew. Now 3rd and goal.
The field being condensed defensively with that 4-man pass rush from San Jose State actually helps San Jose State on defense. Not as much real estate, not as much open field for Louisiana Tech to work with in their passing game.
Pressure from the middle. Cameron throwing the slant. Quentin Patton, touchdown Tech. Working against Ronnie Yell for a 10-yard score.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's a high-risk, high-reward proposition when you choose to pressure the opponent and you put your secondary personnel on an island one-on-one. You are always at risk of giving up the big play.
Now the 2-point conversion. What are you looking for?
I wouldn't be so surprised if we see some type of rub here, something to try and get a receiver open by using a pick of some sort.
Another double middle blitz. Fade for Patton, who was bumped at the line of scrimmage by Jimmy Pruitt. Incomplete, and San Jose State maintains a 2-point lead.
Well, San Jose State took some chances there. They came after Colby Cameron. Cameron makes them pay. First to Miles White on 2 acrobatic grabs. One over the middle, one down the sideline. And Quentin Patton, one-on-one on the post route. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
Just short of 1,000 yards of total offense in this game, and Colby Cameron, if it's possible to be quietly has 431 yards.
Yeah, drink those numbers in, folks. Just slowly let it sink in. Wow. And Louisiana Tech tonight, 20 plays or more 5 times. 20 yards or more 5 times tonight. So big plays aplenty for the Bulldogs on offense.
Line drive kick for his Hightower from the 11. The sophomore brings it out to the 37. More good field position for San Jose State. How about Quentin Patton and his night?
Well, one of 11 players to catch a pass from Colby Cameron. You see the big deep post route. He's had a couple of drops, but he's also been very difficult to handle one-on-one in space, extending plays after the catch like you see right here. One of the things that he does best, and then cross-facing on Ronnie Yell, number 25 there for the touchdown on the slant.
8 catches for 115 for the nation's number 5 receiver when it comes to yardage. They call him the General.
That puts him over 100 receptions on the season.
San Jose State back to work. They've been so good on first down with a run. Here Eskridge is stopped after 2. In the middle of that defense, John L. White with a stop, but it's 2nd and 8. this a free play? It's a run play. John White came off sides. He'll take this penalty and make it 2nd and short.
Offside, number 95 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
Penalties have been an issue all year for Louisiana Tech. 3rd most penalized team in the country, though tonight that's just their 4th.
Sonny Dykes obviously displeased with the lack of discipline there to see the football when you're standing right over it.
On 2nd and 3, Eskridge hesitated in the hole. Chip Hester pulls him down right at the 1st down marker. Mike Schrang was there as well.
This one's going to be close.
It's enough. One thing with Louisiana Tech's defense, they've given up so many yards this year, but it seemed like whenever they've needed a stop, they've been able to come up with it.
Yeah, that second half bend but don't break mentality has served them well. Maybe not have been able to overcome for wins, but brought them back in games versus Utah State and Texas A&M.
They run behind Quisenberry with Ina Leaina. Flag down as he runs for a 1st down. Likely coming back. Lavander Liggins made the tackle. He's into double digits in that category now, but a hold.
Holding, number 46 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 1st down.
Ray Rodriguez, the fullback that time, leading the way for Leaina.
So instead of a 1st down to the Tech 40, it's back to their own 37 and 1st and 20. It's been San Jose State that's been bitten by the penalty bug tonight. Tommy Spangler in his 6th season as defensive coordinator. Play clock winding down, looking to throw the screen. He'll dump it off for Eskridge, but Louisiana Tech was there. John L. White along with Chip Hester. And it'll be 2nd and long.
Well, this just took too long to develop. Obviously, you got to set the screen up. When you keep retreating from the line of scrimmage, as David Fales did on that down, everybody starts getting dialed in on defense.
Make it stop. Let's go.
So can his defense come up with one of those stops that they've been able to get whenever they've really needed them this season? On 2nd and 18, Fales looking to the short side. Timing pattern is off the mark for Grigsby, defended by Clark. And it's 3rd and 18.
That's the first time tonight that Louisiana Tech has been able to cover the comeback route to the sideline. San Jose State has had their way with this connection between David Fales and Noel Grigsby, and that time Dave Clark, number 24, an outstanding job in coverage.
We knew 3rd down would be important for San Jose State tonight. How about this? 8 of 11 on 3rd down, but this is 3rd and 18. Seven drop into coverage. Fales steps into his throw, and Grigsby's a yard short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and 1 at the 44. And Grigsby in some pain.
Oh, he might be in mental pain of not realizing where he fell down. Obviously, he's injured physically as he struggles to get up, but this is a well-thrown football in the deep in cut, just over the outstretched arms of the Louisiana Tech linebacker, and he goes down immediately. Oh, it was his ankle. If you go back to that, he turns his ankle prior to catching the football.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 1 with the big back Leaina in. The 245-pounder straight ahead. He is leaning forward, and it looks like he's got it. 2nd effort gets it, and the chains move for San Jose State.
go back to that previous play. Look at the ankle twist, the left ankle right there. Right here. Before Grigsby ever catches the football, watch him hold up. Now he goes right down. He twisted that ankle, it rolled on him as he was making the in cut. The fact that he secured the football is a testament to his toughness.
Midway through this fourth quarter, Fales looking downfield, taking a shot for Carr, and it's knocked down. Penalty flag is down. We'll see which side this goes on. Bryson Abraham, a redshirt freshman with solid defense.
Pass interference, number 15, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And that's the jersey tug that comes away. The shoulder blade of the shoulder pad is exposed there. Right there, you're going to get that called on you every single time.
And he probably didn't need to because the ball was underthrown.
Ball was underthrown, and maybe without that contact, there could have been a better opportunity to intercept the football.
Grigsby seems to be okay. First down from the 27. Blake Jurich into the game at quarterback. Handed off to Leaina. Gets a couple on first down. Leaina becoming more of a featured part of the offense with Chris Irvin's injury. Fales back into the game for second down and 8. This ground game, which has not been a strength this season, they're 107th in the country running the football, has been a huge part of the story tonight. Here comes pressure. Fales trying to beat it over the top to the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Jabari Carr with his 4th of the season.
The one-on-one matchup, you give your playmaker a chance. Dave Clark, that's played pretty well on the perimeter tonight, been involved in some pass breakups, most notably has been matched up with Noel Grigsby. Grigsby plays opposite of Jabari Carr on that down, leaving Clark matched up one-on-one on the vertical go route.
They're going to review this.
Jabari Carr is going to go up number 1 over number 24, Dave Clark. Running stride for stride. This ball is thrown up high into almost a place where you can have an opportunity to go up and elevate, which Carr does. The question's going to be not a matter of whether there's a foot in bounds, but whether possession is maintained prior to going out of bounds when Jabari Carr hit the ground.
As it stands, the sophomore to San Jose's got a touchdown.
He's going to go up, extend, brings the ball in, foot down there. Question is the ball secured? Is it possessed?
For a split second, is that enough?
Right there, a foot is down. Possession looks to be secured there. I think it's going to be difficult to overturn that.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence for him to overturn it.
Correct. To overcome the ruling on the field, which was a touchdown. Again, the foot is inbound. That's not the issue. It's whether or not possession is maintained. Elevates, foot's down. The official is right on top of that. I think the ball becomes dislodged once contact's made with the ground. See Sonny Dykes talking to him right now, the headlinesman, about possession being secured.
It'll be a big call in this game if it stands and San Jose State's an extra point from going up by 2 scores inside of 7 minutes left.
From the video and the replays that we've shown you, from the moment the foot hits the ground to the point where his back hits the ground, I think the ball's secure. It's whether or not the ground causes the dislodging of the football.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Again, not enough evidence, certainly not indisputable to overturn that call. A wonderful crew brought some great angles there.
And Austin Lopez out there for the extra point to make it a 2-possession game. Still, though, you know all about Louisiana Tech. Plenty of time for them. Local product, Jabari Carr with a tremendous catch and one-on-one coverage. It's a 2-possession game.
We've seen some spectacular plays made in the passing game tonight. Perhaps none more spectacular than that of Jabari Carr as Mike McIntyre looks on for that ever-elusive 10th win at stake between Louisiana Tech and San Jose State.
ESPN College Football Finale, brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here.
Final season of the WAC, launched in 1962, 50-year run as a football conference, finishes at the end of this year. Originally, those 6 members, 27 different schools across the years have been members. You had the Heisman Trophy winner Ty Detmer, the glory years of Lavelle Edwards at BYU, national champions in '84, and then of course Marshall Falk, who your father coached at San Diego State.
All right, there's some great memories growing up in this conference. The old Thursday night football contest here on our ESPN platforms in San Diego State, BYU, Ty Detmer, Marshall Falk, and just some great memories of the Western Athletic Conference. The changing landscape of college football never seems to end.
Here's Banks. Catches it on the run and brings it back to the 30. One last look at the WAC standings. Utah State the champion. Entered the famous Idaho Potato Bowl by virtue of that WAC championship in the final season of the conference. Louisiana Tech heads to Conference USA. San Jose State joins the MWC along with Utah State following this season.
Utah State and San Jose State just made the Mountain West Conference a heck of a lot stronger with the performances we've seen so far this season.
Well, Tech down 2 scores, goes back to work, and they start with a quick throw to Miles White, showing off his speed for a gain of 4 on first down.
Well, if you notice the previous drive, they tried a couple of run plays on first down, but this has been their bread and butter on first down. The wide receiver quick screen has been very, very successful for them. They went right back to it on this drive.
Ray Holly gets nothing. That defensive line so good. Travis Ricidi was there first.
Well, between Travis Johnson and Larseval, number 97, Ricidi, you just mentioned, Joe, this front 4 for San Jose State, they'll get after you now, and Louisiana Tech's having a hard time handling them in the run game.
3rd down and 7. 5 to choose from for Cameron. Throws the speed out to his favorite target, Quentin Patton. Drive extended. 9-yard completion. Patton with his 9th catch of the night. Clock at 6 minutes. And first down from the 44. Spartans show pressure and bring 6. Throwing against that pressure to Patton, who had it jarred loose by Jimmy Pruitt. David Tui Tupou with the pressure. It's 2nd and 10.
Well, Tui Tupou caused the delay and the hesitation from Cameron, which allowed number 8, Pruitt, to jump this route, as the ball was just slightly later than it had been had there not been pressure in Colby Cameron's face. Good team defense for San Jose State.
On 2nd down and 10, Cameron throwing for White, hung it up there, but White went up and got it. Forward progress enough for a 1st down against Ronnie Yale on a gain of 11 to the 45.
I'm wondering if you just left Miles White alone, if you drop it, because every time somebody's hanging all over him or the ball's high, he's making the grab. So let's just leave him alone and see what happens.
Cameron now, by the way, 456 yards, a new career high for him. Got rid of it quickly to Hunter Lee, and he dropped that ball. 2nd and 10. Keith Smith with the coverage.
Take a look underneath. This ball obviously thrown low and behind Lee. I think that's a good call. Took a heck of a shot.
Crowd coming alive on 2nd and 10. Blitz comes. He gets rid of it to R.P. Stewart for a 1st down. Great job by Cameron off his back foot against pressure for 12 yards.
Yeah, Colby Cameron does a tremendous job here of just buying that extra split second, fading away, but throwing it to the outside to the intended target there, R.P. Stewart.
Tech came from behind last week to force overtime. But they come from behind again this week. More blitz, looking long, into coverage and intercepted. But Ben Wickery with his 2nd tonight.
That is a pressure interception for number 53. The big fella off the end. Vincent Abbott comes unblocked. Colby Cameron does not see him, and at the last second, this hit forces this ball to flutter and hang in the air. And Ben Wickery, 21, comes up with a play. San Jose State.
Today, Ben Wickery picks off Colby Cameron for the 2nd time tonight, and this defense for San Jose State getting it done again. Last week, BYU was driving down 6, final possession, but Keith Smith hurled over a blocker, forced a fumble. Spartans got it back in a 20-14 win. 4th time they sacked Nelson that night, 3rd time that they forced a turnover. And again, it's a defense coming up with a big play. They're hoping to seal the deal for their 10th win.
And how about Ben Wickery, number 21? You know, he's been matched up versus Miles White and has had good coverage on multiple occasions, while White's just gone up and made plays. That being said, he has still come down with 2 interceptions, 8 tackles on the day, even a tackle for loss, and a pass breakup to go along with it.
Now San Jose State trying to grind some clock. Here's Eskridge, who's had a huge night. Career high 168 yards now with a 3 there on 1st down. Shaquille Lucas made the tackle. All 3 timeouts for Louisiana Tech, but they've not been able to stop San Jose State tonight.
Well, they haven't, and you've got to credit San Jose State from deviating from their formula a little bit. As you mentioned, have not been an overly strong running team, at least not consistently coming in tonight. But when they found their groove going back to about the middle of the 2nd quarter, they decided, hey, we've got something here, let's stick with it.
Running that play clock all the way down. On 2nd and 7, looking to throw. Perfectly timed to Jabari Carr for a 1st down.
Now this time, Jabari Carr gets the necessary yardage to move the chains. If you go back to the 1st quarter, he had the exact same route, almost the same distance to earn, and they ran the route short. This time it's a good little hitch route versus man coverage. They don't convert it to a fade, and David Fales throws a strike to the outside shoulder of Jabari Carr.
Fails tonight, 25 of 36 for 367 and 3 scores. Running that play clock down again. And running the ball with Eskridge, who gets a seam, and Billy on Eskridge, racing down the sideline inside the 35. 44 yards to put him above 200 yards on the night.
Well, last time the San Jose State had a 200-yard rusher, it was in 2011, just last year, Brandon Rutley. This time, DeLeon Eskridge just has a wide, gaping lane to run through, takes advantage of it, secures the football in the crowd, most importantly. And this is where the value, everybody talks about being able to run the football when you have to. More importantly, you've got to be able to run the football when you want to.
Jason Simpson checks in for him. Simpson with the carry. Back to the line of scrimmage. Justin Ellis with the tackle, and Eskridge quickly back into the game. 213 yards, averaging more than 8 yards a carry tonight.
On the value of first down, Joe, the success that San Jose State has had on first down, giving them manageable situations on second and third down. That's the formula and recipe in the run game that you like to have each and every time out. And again, that 10-win season, both teams could achieve it with a bowl appearance. One's going to achieve it here tonight.
Fails as one-on-one, and he's got Kyle Nunn with a flag down. Nunn maybe going to get called for a push-off here.
I think you're right, Joe.
Pass interference, number 19 of the offense. 15-yard penalty, replay, second down.
This is that, again, that curl, comeback, hitch route that they're running versus pass coverage, and you got to kind of subtly elbow your way away, create some separation. That was a little bit extensive, and they called him for it. The smart thing that Nunn did, though, is after the catch, he stayed in bounds and cut back to the inside instead of the outside. And you see those arms, yeah, you see those arms extending well before the ball was even in the air. It was pretty egregious.
The clock winding at some point soon here. Tech's going to have to start using those timeouts. There's the first. Sonny Dykes uses. Ontarius Dorr made the tackle.
You know, Sonny Dykes talked this weekend about how tired this team is. That's what happens to teams this time of year. We'll be back.
Coverage of Monday Night Football continues on ESPN. First at 6:30, Monday Night Countdown served by Applebee's. Then at 8:30, the Panthers and the Eagles. Monday Night Football, Carolina and Philadelphia. Monday at 8:30 on ESPN. From the 45, San Jose State trying to run out the clock. It's third down. Fails, stands in and throws incomplete, which will stop the clock. And Tech still with 2 timeouts.
Well, they better hope that play right there doesn't come back to haunt them.
The Tech last week down by 2 scores.
Right.
Not much time left.
And even without converting there, they would have forced Louisiana Tech to use another timeout because he would have been tackled in bounds. You assume the player would have had the wherewithal to stay in bounds and go down. 20 touchdowns for Louisiana Tech on this season alone in less than a minute.
Line drive kick. Richie Casey dangerously falls on top of, but saves Tech a few yards. Minute 43. Obviously an onside kick eventually will have to be a part of it, but for now, Colby Cameron in this offense trying to draw closer. Career high form in a monster career after taking over the job midway through last season. Tech in danger of dropping back-to-back ball games. Going for it all right here. DJ Banks covered well by Jimmy Pruitt, who's just a freshman, and it's 2nd and 10.
If you're San Jose State on defense, you got to keep playing like your hair's on fire in the defensive front. Win those one-on-one battles, get in Colby Cameron's face. On top of that, defensively in the back end, keep the ball in front of you.
Screen to Patton, he's thrown down. Vince Buheiser. And it's 3rd down.
Well, that's good pursuit and run into the football. And I think San Jose State saw this coming immediately. Turned and ran, and linebackers beating blocks to the point of attack.
And San Jose State can smell it now. Cameron throwing an interception. 3rd of the game for Ben Wickery. He takes it back all the way to the 10. And San Jose State is going to win 10 games for the first time since 1987.
Well, they kept the ball in front of them and they won up front. Tried to throw the seam route down the middle into a crowd. And Ben Wickery, his 3rd interception on the night. This time in the right place at the right time.
San Jose State will snap Louisiana Tech's 10-game road winning streak. 7 on the season for Ben Wickery. Now Eskridge with a couple of yards. What a turnaround for the San Jose State program. 10-2, 3rd 10-win season since they became a major college football program in 1950.
Credit that man, Mike McIntyre, and his staff. Credit the players, too. Normally when you have transition, you have coaching changeover, you have attrition and guys bucking the trend, not buying in. He said, you know what? That wasn't the case here. The guys we inherited were hungry. What they needed was a path, they needed structure, and a plan on how to achieve success. We feel we've provided that, and they've bought in.
They pick off Colby Cameron 3 times, and they win it 52-43. 6 in a row for San Jose State. And Mike McIntyre, after getting the Gatorade Sour, sees his team get to 10 wins for just the 3rd time in their major college football history. Louisiana Tech finishes the regular season 9-3 and does it tonight from San Jose. For Tom Luganbill and the rest of our crew, my name's Joe Davis saying good night. On Showdown Saturday, it's time to recap it with college football final.